It's time for Webber Trojans Baseball on Jefferson County's Sports Voice, WMIX. Trojans Baseball from WMIX Sports is presented by Autoplex of Mount Vernon. View their inventory online at autoplexofmountvernon.com. Trojans Baseball is also presented in part by Ren Lake College. Your journey starts here. Log on to rlc.edu to see how you can save thousands. Parkway Shoe Repair of Mount Vernon. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Ford Square and King City Chrysler Center. You can count on us. State Farm agent Scott Owens. Get to a better state with State Farm. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to personal banking. And the collision pros at Cesar Auto Body. Live from the IHSA Class 1A State Finals in Peoria. The Community First Bank of the Heartland pregame show starts now.
Featuring the Webber Township Trojans and the Illinois Lutheran Chargers. A very pleasant Saturday morning to wherever you may be, listening in on AM 940 or online at WMIXsports.com. I'm Denny Czerwinski, be bringing you the play-by-play. The voice of Mount Vernon Rams Athletics, Chris Hugo, will join me in just a second here on the Community First Bank pregame show. Always bank on your hometown team. Community First Bank, home of the one account, featuring free checking and high-yield interest. Member FDIC. The Chargers are taking infield. The Trojans are taking infield right now, Chris. An exciting time moved up because of inclement weather coming into the Peoria area. So this game will start a little early. It's still the same, though. A state championship comes to one of these two teams here in an hour or 2 hours or so.
Well, it does. The two teams that won semifinals with very different teams yesterday. The Webber Trojans, of course, beat New Athens 5-4 in 10 innings. It was a 1-0 win in regulation for the Illinois Lutheran Chargers. It was beat Argenta Oriana yesterday. Two very different teams. You have a private school in Illinois Lutheran out of Crete, a school that started in about 1987. They added a grade school in 1994. For the Webber Trojans, so very much your typical 1A school. So definitely a David versus Goliath matchup today between the public school Trojans and the non-boundaried institution Chargers.
As we have been told by a media member down in the third base dugout, this 1A team from Crete does not look like a 1A baseball team at all. This pregame show brought to you by Community First Bank. One means more. Community First Bank of the Heartland. It means free checking, high-yield interest. One means more, and that's all Webber Township needs. One more win to become state champs. Welcome back to Personal Banking. We'll take our first break of the day and come back and talk a little bit more about this Class 1A state championship game. You're listening to Webber Township Baseball on WMIX.
Don't assume that all used car dealerships are the same. You may be surprised to know that Autoplex in Mount Vernon seeks out the nicest, newest vehicles with the lowest mileage and keeps their overhead low, so you get the best price on the best used vehicle without the pressure of pushy salespeople. Looking for something in particular? Let Jeremy at Autoplex find what you need. Trade-ins, on-site financing, and the best prices are at Autoplex of Mount Vernon, 204 East Main, and at autoplexofmountvernon.com.
Community First Bank is proud to support the Webber Trojans baseball team in their quest for the state baseball championship. We are all proud of the effort, dedication, and commitment you have made in making history with your appearance at the state tournament. Coaches, parents, and players, you are all champions in our eyes. Community First Bank, with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina, welcome back to Personal Banking. Go Trojans!
Back to Trojans Baseball on WMIX, powered by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
Denny Czerwinski with Chris Hugo alongside at Dozer Park in Peoria, Illinois on an overcast day as the rain comes in from the west. It's the Class 1A state baseball championship game between Webber Township and the Illinois Lutheran Chargers from Crete, Illinois. This is Community First Bank pregame show. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. We are social media crazy here this weekend in Peoria. You can follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We're tweeting stuff all the time, keeping you up to date with the sights and sounds and pictures here in Peoria this weekend. You can also give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports, a great way to keep up with the pictures, and we appreciate all the new followers on Twitter and all the new likes on Facebook that we have had. As Webber Township wraps up infield, Chris, they're getting ready to embark on a historic day in school history, athletically speaking, playing for a state championship here in Peoria.
Well, and, throw out any cliche you want, that this one is for all the marbles, or that this one is the most important game you'll ever play in your life. But They're cliches for a reason. They're all absolutely true. And for the Webber Trojans, you think of the community of Bluford, the village, coming up here to the larger town of Peoria and playing in front of all of these people. And, yesterday I know there was only about 270 and change that took in that first game, but more than you will usually see there behind Webber Township High School for a home game. So it's a big game, obviously, state championship on the line. They're probably also going to be the toughest game of the season against Illinois Lutheran, who comes in with a record of 26-2. Their two losses are both to Beecher. Both of them were one-run losses, and this is the team that's dominated both public and private schools throughout this season. And you take a look no further than like the Putnam County Woodbat tournament. They beat Bureau Valley by 12, a score of 12-0. Putnam County 6-1, and Spring Valley Hall 4-3. Granted, those are mostly football schools, but in this baseball championship game to here, it definitely looks like there is a pretty strong schedule for this Charger team.
Well, as we look, a private school, all males, enrollment has been multiplied. At school, really, when you talk about Crete Lutheran, the Chargers, they had about a 2-hour and 30-minute drive from Will County, 150 miles. They have 121 students in their school from the River Valley Conference, but they multiplied up to 199. Really, if you're 1A and you multiply up to 199, what does it matter? You still fall in 1A. So they come here. This will be their first championship trophy in any sport. Also, the schools that are with them, some you may not know, or as we mentioned, Beecher, St. Anne, more known for basketball. Jack Sikma, who played for the Sonics in the NBA, was there in '74 when they got first in 2008 for St. Anne. Other than that, not a lot of schools, a lot of reputation as far as deep state runners. So this team, a private school, all boys, all worried here about baseball. As we mentioned, this team doesn't look like a 1A school. It looks more like a 2A school when they took the field, took warm-ups here this morning.
Well, I think that's the thing, is maybe even an argument for a 3A school. And, you look at some of the competition they played along the way, and for people down south, you see Beecher, and again, there's a lot of folks that will think that Beecher could be like Beecher City or something to that effect, but you look at Seton Academy on the schedule as well. South Holland is also where Mark Mulder, the baseball pitcher, originated from. So, there's definitely some familiarity there. But in terms of what we're going to see on the diamond, what we do know is that this is going to be a great team. And something we just put on the Twitterverse at WMIX Sports was that there are 5 members of this pitching staff for the Chargers with sub-1 earned run averages. And it's not even necessarily the stat of sub-1 earned run averages. It's the stat of 5 pitchers on the staff when Webber Township just has 11 players.
Now, we almost saw a no-hitter here this morning from Argento-Oriana. They beat New Athens 7-1. It was Keegan McCood who was going to Kentucky to pitch the almost no-hitter. And we are watching as we go through. They have moved everything up due to the inclement weather that is coming. The softball games, they played 1A this morning separately, third place and then first. The 2A games are next over across the way in East Peoria at Riverside Park. They are going to play the third place and the first place game at 2A at the same time. Here, what they've done at Peoria, because of the baseball, because they only have one field, they're going to move games going forward. The third place game before us, even though Argento-Oriana won 7-1 over New Athens, that game was going to stop in the 7th inning, no matter if they were tied or not. They were going to get people going. They're going to play back-to-back here today with those 2 games in 2A just to try to get them in because they don't want to have to send people home without playing another game.
Well, no doubt about that. Of course, what's going to happen here is they're going to do whatever they have to do to get these games in. And if that means dropping a 2A third-place game, they will do that to get these 2 championship games in here today. Of course, the weather not looking like it is going to cooperate for the entire day here. Looks like at best we'll get this championship game in from Peoria here at Dozier Park. So it'll be interesting to see what happens the rest of the way. They're introducing the Webber Trojans now. As Mark Knepler was just introduced, of course, as they meet the starting lineups here in the crowd. We'll have our starting lineups in just a moment. But you look at the Trojans wearing their yellow and their gold, of course, with the blue W over their hearts. And this is the team, obviously, in the hearts of many. With their 11 strong, it's been able to unite the community at Bluford. Not that it has needed that united feeling, but should be an interesting matchup here today. Of course, we look at the 2 pitchers. Logan Gagne will take the mound for the Trojans. His 8-4 mark with a 3.12 ERA, 92 strikeouts compared to 34 walks. Sam Garachi will take the bump for the Illinois Lutheran Chargers. He is 4-1 and 0.37 earned run average, and he has 59 strikeouts compared to 14 walks. He has thrown 38 in the third, but you look at the experience of Gagne, he's thrown over, I believe, 61 innings this season.
Well, the thing about Garage is impressive is 59 strikeouts and 38 innings. That's pretty impressive. And I think what Webber will have to do today, again like yesterday, shake the nerves, shake everything. It's still baseball. And I think the way they have approached every game, and the game yesterday and the way their approach is this morning and seeing them walk around, they were laying on the berm in right field. They're relaxed as anybody here. I don't think they feel any pressure whatsoever coming into this game.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to be about who feels less pressure to start. And you can't be about nerves right now. I think the Trojans got their nerves out from underneath them yesterday. Looked a little nervous taking the field the first time, and you could argue that there will be some big trophy jitters right now, and I'm sure both teams have some of that. It just has to be business as usual, and I think you showed yesterday that you can't have any fear, and they do not have any fear with a win like they pulled off in 10 innings and coming back and getting 3 runs at the top of the 7th to help propel them to that victory. And you'll have Jordan Wheeler in left field today. Both of his arms look to be the same length, and he threw 175 pitches. And, it's a gut check for them, as the entire postseason has been. And this gutsy team, all they have to do is believe. They are 11 strong, and they're here to win the state title.
Well, they have already claimed the public school championship in Class 1A. We say that just, of course, because of the fact. And we'll take a break for the national anthem. We'll return with Webber Township Trojan Baseball on WMIX.
Bad luck. Some people were just born with it. Hi, this is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. We all know that someone who has that cartoon cloud hanging over their head getting rained on whenever the sun is out. The full moon is their worst enemy, and if something can be spilled, dropped, broken, tipped over, or lost, it will somehow happen to this person. Landers Collision Centers has seen it all. Whether you turned the wheel too sharply backing out of your garage and tore the front end off of your vehicle, crunched your undercarriage running over a curb, or clipped your fender pulling into the ATM, Landers Collision Centers has your back, and we certainly won't judge. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle while we restore yours. That's the Landers difference. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle. Or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Registration for fall classes at Ren Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Ren Lake College, your journey starts here.
Drive home the savings. Get the auto insurance protection you need at a price you can afford. When you get a car insurance quote, your State Farm agent Scott Owens will help you get all the discounts you deserve and give you 3 different package options to choose from. Or you can customize your coverage so it's the perfect fit. With all this, it's clear why more drivers trust State Farm more than any other auto insurer. Get to a better state. See Scott Owens on 1810 Broadway in Mount Vernon or call 242-3770.
Webber Trojans Baseball on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. Presented by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
Dozer Field in Peoria, Illinois. Denny Czerwinski and Chris Hugo alongside as we get ready for the Class 1A state championship game. Time to meet the starting lineups and the batting order for the Webber Township Trojans.
Well, for the Trojans, the Webber Township, coached by Stan Ruth, they're 23-10. Zane Austin, the center fielder, will lead off. Logan Gagne, the pitcher, bats second. Gage Rothbush, the second baseman, in the 3-hole. Cleaning up will be the catcher, Lane Mosier. Jordan Wheeler, yesterday's winning pitchers in left field today, batting 5th. Chris Bush had a good day at the plate and defensively yesterday in the latter part of the game, is in right field, batting 6th. Michael Garten, the first baseman, batting 7th. It'll be Mark Knepfler, batting 8th at third base. The shortstop, Jackson Helm, will round out the Trojan batting order. Sam Garachi is 4-1, 0.37 earned run average, does the pitching. Dylan Gold will do the catching. Evan Falk at third. Jared Rusin is at short. Colin Barnes at second base with Grant Farmer at first. Around the outfield for Illinois Lutheran, it's Evan Henschel, Mac Newson, and Joey Kendrick for the Chargers.
We would not be here if not for the official voice of the Webber Trojans. Autoplex of Mount Vernon have extra nice low mileage pre-owned vehicles at bank rate financing and supreme service online at autoplexofmountvernon.com. Go Trojans. Webber is getting ready to go. They will be the visitors this morning as Crete Lutheran, Illinois Lutheran, has won the toss, and they will be the home team here this morning. This game getting started. It'll get started pretty well on time. I mean, it'll start a little bit early, about 11:24 or so, but not any earlier than what we thought. We're at 11:30 start time there as they try to rush things along. I was kind of surprised to let both teams take infield for this game.
Well, and it's great to let them both take infield. Probably should in that regard to the championship game. What they did not have to do was put down the tarp on the infield for infield practice. I mean, they're able to do that somewhat efficiently, but that's still an extra 5 to 10 minutes when you talk about precipitation coming that you could have possibly dodged future precip. But I went ahead and did that. Being that as it may, we're getting started a little bit early. Yep, and hopefully they get this one in.
Zane Austin will step into the batter's box. Center fielder, leadoff hitter, had a single yesterday, reached base on a walk, fielder's choice error. Of course, you have 5 or 6 at-bats in a game, you have that opportunity, that's for sure. On the hill, Sam Garachi for the Crusaders. State championship game of Class 1A baseball. A historic day and a historic weekend and season in Webber Township baseball and school history. It ends up and begins here with the first pitch. It's fouled back over the backstop, out of play for strike one. And there's a nice showing of Webber Township fans below us as we sit here in the press box at Dozer Park. As a lot of people have made the trip today, especially to get up here for the title game. 0-1 pitch on the way to Austin, fouled back, 0-2.
I think right now it's key to see him fouling off these pitches to stay alive, continue to try to get into the pitch count early on Sam Garachi, who hasn't thrown a lot of innings this year, but has a 4-1 record. But you look at those 59 strikeouts in those 38 and third innings, that's impressive.
0-2 pitch, curveball, swung, ground ball back to the pitcher. Garachi will pick it up and throw to first. And that's how this state championship game begins with a ground out, 1-3 in the book. People's National Bank, proud to support the Webber Trojans on their history-making journey, and even prouder to provide their charter bus for the state tournament. Thank you to People's National Bank. Sam Root says thank you as well. Logan Gagnon, he is the pitcher today, batting second. Logan, of course, was the winning pitcher in the semifinals of sectional versus Goreville and the Super against Windsor. First pitch to him on the way is a fastball high, 1-0. Outfield straightaway and pretty shallow for this ballpark, playing normal dimensions and depth if we were into a high school baseball field. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed, off speed, 1-1.
Dressy, as I'm told, is pronounced now, as carries that 4-1 mark. Only 14 bases on balls here in this season. Pretty impressive fielding performance there on that first at-bat to Zane Austin as well.
1-1 pitch, misses outside, 2-1. Cloud cover here in Peoria today for this one. Yesterday was bright, sunny skies as the rain comes from the west. Clouds have come into Peoria in front of it. 1-1 pitch, popped up on the infield. Moving over the shortstop, Boozin now gives way to Burns and makes the catch. Or Barnes makes the catch. F4, fly out 4 for the second out of the inning. Red Lake College sponsors the streaming at WMIXsports.com. They can save you thousands on your college education. See how and apply online at rlc.edu. Gage Rottenbush, one of 4 seniors on this team. The second baseman break in today for Webber Township. Pitch on the way, swing and a ground ball back up the middle. Second baseman will move to his right, make the throw to first, and they're at Webber Trojans. Go 1, 2, 3 in the first. We played the top of the first. Webber Township nothing. The Crete Lutheran Chargers coming to bat as you listen to Webber Township Trojans baseball on WMIX.
Don't assume that all used car dealerships are the same. You may be surprised to know that Autoplex in Mount Vernon seeks out the nicest, newest vehicles with the lowest mileage and keeps their overhead low so you get the best price on the best used vehicle without the pressure of pushy salespeople. Looking for something in particular? Let Jeremy at Autoplex find what you need. Trade-ins, on-site financing, and the best prices are at Autoplex of Mount Vernon, 204 East Main, and at autoplexofmountvernon.com.
Did your bank recently make changes or add fees to your checking account? Free yourself with a free checking account from People's National Bank. You'll receive a Visa check card, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and access to over 20,000 ATMs with the added convenience of MoneyPass ATM network. Stop by People's National Bank located at 413 South 34th Street in Mount Vernon today for details on how to get your free checking account.
People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC. Non-usage and wireless carrier fees may apply.
Webber Trojans Baseball on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. Presented by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
Top of the first in the book. Webber went down in order. 1, 2, 3. Danny Czerwinski and Chris Hugo alongside. And it's time to meet the batting order for the Illinois Lutheran Chargers.
Well, doing the catching leading off will be Dylan Gould. It'll be the pitcher, Sam Czerwinski, in the true spot. Grant Farmer, third base, bats third. Colin Bournes, the second baseman, the cleanup spot. Evan Falk, the first baseman, batting fifth. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Jared Boozen. Mac Newsom, the center fielder, bats seventh. Evan Henschel, the left fielder, batting eighth. And the designated hitter, Chris Falk, will bat ninth in this Charger lineup. We get ready to go, kind of being told that weather on the way in about an hour, hour and a half. So 2A here in major jeopardy. Would not know what would happen if 2A can't get in, how they would do things, if they would flip a coin, have to play tomorrow. Not sure how that would go. Dylan Gould will step in the batter's box. He had one of two hits yesterday against Argento Oriana. The Crusaders beat the Bombers 1-0. Only 2 hits for the Chargers. Gagne on the mound will bring the first pitch of the afternoon for Webber. Ground ball to third, but it is a foul ball as that ball bounced over. Luckily for Webber, Wheeler had to play that one off as a foul ball, and we'll do it again, even though the Charger fans thought it was a base hit. Well, they did. That went from an infield single, thankfully, to just a strike for the Trojans. Would hate to give a first pitch base hit to lead off this bottom half of the first and really give the tempo and the momentum to the Chargers early. Keep on to say the Catholics, to the Chargers early. Don't know why. I don't know either. Nice to see everybody in Jefferson County shedding their allegiances of their schools and putting on some blue and gold today, 0-1, pitching the dirt 1-1. Everybody in Jefferson County and Southern Illinois is backing Webber Township and Trico today. In their quest for state championships, Trico playing now across the way. Great time talking with their fans at the hotel this weekend. 1-1 pitch from Gagne on the way. Pitch swung on, fly it out in the right field. That'll drop for the first base hit of the game. Bush will cut it off and get it back in, and the Chargers get a leadoff single to start the first. Logan Gagne, of course, a complete game winner on Monday in the Super against Windsor Stu Strauss. Pitches today. Plenty of rest, 5 days, and that'll bring in the pitcher, Sam Czerwinski, as we have been told. Czerwinski, we came up with a different pronunciation of our own. No pronunciation guide for us to use. So Czerwinski now batting, the pitcher number 2, hitter in the lineup. Gould to take his lead at first. Pitch on the way from Gagne outside, ball 1. Hopefully getting this game in. That's the key here. Everybody's trying to rush along as clouds have definitely moved in here into Peoria. Gagne gets a sign, fakes a throw to first. He'll get back on the rubber. Steps off, now steps back on. Outfield straight away, usual depth for a high school game. Corners in, middle back for the double play. Gagne gets a sign, brings it home. Check swing, ground ball to the right side. Roddenbush will field, throw to first, and got him on a close play. Gould advances to first. Dropped the ball over there.
Oh, he dropped the ball. The umpire signaled out and dropped the ball. I looked at the umpire, and I saw him signal out. And unfortunately, Garton dropped the ball, so it's E3, and Webber picks up where they left off yesterday in some trouble first and second after a single and an error. How did they get that a hit?
Well, I thought he may have dropped it, but I mean, there was a pretty well tie at the bag that looked like initially he was going to ring up as an out, so I don't know.
That's interesting.
They're using Major League-type scoring, so, okay.
I didn't think it was matter. It's baseball's baseball.
Well, you would think.
All right. That'll bring in Grant Farmer. The umpire signaled out, and then first pitch is over for a strike curveball. How can you signal out and the guy gets on and the guy drops it and still hit? I don't understand that.
He was safe regardless.
You can't assume he was going to be safe.
Well, I mean, the thing was, it had been blown call if he was out.
Right.
Because he was safe. So I understand what the philosophy is, but it's not a good philosophy.
No, 0-2 now as Farmer takes another curveball in the outside corner. Farmer wearing the knee-high socks. He's got the, what we would call modern-day colored socks. Of course, Crete Lutheran, a little dark blue, a little light blue. The high sock Sunday on Saturday here for the Chargers. 0-2 pitch, fastball just outside, 1-2. 1-2 to count. Gagne in some trouble here if they're hitting the air to lead off the bottom of the first for the Chargers. Gagne looks back to the runner, brings it home. Pop up on the infield. Jackson helmet short. It's infield fly. So that batter's out anyway, and he catches it, so it's one out. That's a huge out for Gagne and the Trojans here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring in Colin Bourne, the second baseman, with first and second and one out.
Of course, Pleasant Plains head coach Dave Greer is reporting that the 2A title game versus Byron will now be played at 1:30.
Well, they've dumped the third-place game.
Well, it doesn't necessarily say that, but that would lead to that conclusion.
Yep, strike one on the way, fastball. So what that tells me is they have told Freeburg and whoever that you guys are going home.
Out for sure.
But not playing. I still see Freeburg walking around the park.
That's why we'll find out.
Pitch on the way, curveball high, 1-1. It would not shock me if they bumped the third-place 2A game. DuQuoin was up here a couple of years back, and they also got bumped. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Gagne looks at the runner at second, brings it home. Pitch, foul ball back over the first base dugout. Right side, count goes 1-2. It would not surprise me to see two third-place finishers in 2A in 14. They would send them home and tell them we'll get a third-place trophy to you later. It would be a shame to drive up and play one game, but that's it. They don't play on Sunday. 1-2 count. Gagne looks at second, now brings it home. Foul ball back over the right side. We'll do it again. Count 1-2. That ball made it out onto Oak Street. Honorary Pete Von Aken Avenue. Pete Von Aken, of course, brought the Chiefs here as the Suns to Peoria and Minden Field across town now in this new ballpark. They named the street after him back here. Pitch on the way. Ground ball will go to Jackson. Helmet short. He'll go to short way for one. They won't get another, but the force out is registered at second. So it'll be first and third on the fielder's choice 6-4 for the second out of the inning.
Well, it definitely paints a different portrait now in this inning with runners at the corners and 2 outs. And you'd like to have gotten that double play, but just speeding out of the box was Bourne. And now with Falk stepping in, still an RBI chance, but 2 outs, you feel a little bit better if you're the Trojans.
Falk batting .382, 2 homers and 18 RBIs on the season for the Chargers. Updated stats, of course, provided by the IHSA as we sit here at Dozer Park. They're going to try a forced Falk play, and Gagne steps off that fine steel second base. You and I have seen that many a time before.
Oh, yes.
From my Waltonville playing days to the Mount Vernon Rams baseball, you see the forced Falk used all the time.
Brett Blondie likes to employ that down there in Benton.
Second and third, curveball, strike one. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We're keeping you up to date on information and breaking news that's happening up here at Peoria. That's on Twitter at WMIX Sports. 0-1 to count now to Falk, the first baseman. Pitch on the way from Gagne. Far ground, line drive, first base, caught by Garten. And that, by Garten, is the out, and it ends the first inning. Chargers strand 2. We're at the end of 1, and scoreless in Peoria. You're listening to Webber Township Baseball on WMIX.
Parkway Shoe Repair in Mount Vernon want to wish the Webber Trojans baseball team good luck at the state tournament and remind you that they are much more than repairs. For all those hardworking men and women, Parkway Shoe Repair carries Red Wing and Danner work boots, along with Western boots by Justin, Tony Lama, Nakona, Dan Post, and Double H. If you love comfort, you'll fall in love with the super comfy Spinco and Siesta slides. Good luck, Webber Trojans, from your friends at Parkway Shoe Repair in Mount Vernon. Registration for fall classes at Rend Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here.
Back to Trojans baseball on WMIX, powered by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
Scoreless after one inning between Webber Township and Illinois Lutheran here at the Class A state championship game. Tell you about Autoplex in Mount Vernon. Good luck to the Webber Trojans. View their vast inventory of extra nice, low-mileage pre-owned vehicles and apply for bank rate financing online at autoplexofmountvernon.com. Denny Czerwinski and Chris Hugo alongside. For those of you wondering, we now know the mystery of the 2A part, Chris. They've announced it to the people here over the PA, and Freeburg's going to sit around for a while.
Well, they are. They're going to go ahead and play the 2A title game immediately following this one between Byron and Pleasant Plains. The Freeburg Midgets now have to wait all the way until immediately following the 2A title game to get their third place in. In the situation of, if you get it in, that's wonderful. If you don't, everybody's going to get a third place trophy.
Hey, that's what will probably happen with the way the weather looks off to our west. Lane Moser will step in. It'll be Moser, Wheeler, and Bush here in the top of the second inning in this state title game, scoreless after one. First pitch curveball to Moser, drops in there for a strike. 0-1 to count. Ryan Stride at first in the coach's box. Pam Root in the third base coach's box for the Trojans. Pitch on the way. Outside, ball one. The East Crusaders, when you see them, they remind me more of a 2A team. More of a river-to-river conference-looking team from what I can tell. Pitch on the way. Strike two outside. Corner.
That's a well-located pitch that time.
And it looks like the Jersey has a great strike zone, great off-speed pitch. So 0-2 count. Pitch on the way outside. 2-2 to count to Mosier. On deck, of course, Jordan Wheeler, man of the hour. 175 pitches yesterday. Got the win. Went the distance in that 10-inning game to add to the lore of Jordan Wheeler. On his birthday. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Mosier down swinging for the first out of the second. People's National Bank is proud to support the Webber Trojans and all area athletes. Find the People's National Bank branch or ATM nearest you at peoplesnationalbank.com. Stepping in the box is the aforementioned Jordan Wheeler, hero of the day yesterday.
Oh, he wasn't he? 175 pitches, 107 of them for strikes. And really a main reason, in addition to the great defense and late clutch hits from Chris Bush, why this team is here today.
Why they are here. He was big yesterday. Takes a fastball strike one at 84 miles an hour. So Jersey looks like he can bring it a little bit. One of the harder-throwing kids besides the McCood kid from Argento-Oriana. Infield back at all positions. Outfield pretty shallow. 0-1 pitch, swing and a foul back. 0-2. Wheeler a little late on that fastball. On deck is Chris Bush. No score here in the second inning between Webber Township and Illinois Lutheran from Crete, Illinois. Will County up near Chicago. The last county before Cook, I believe. Swing and a foul back into the backstop. We'll do it again at 0-2. As you drive up I-57 to Chicago, you'll see Crete, Illinois. Crete Monet, another high school there, also has a lot of success in the football side of things at 6A. 0-2 count to Wheeler on a cloudy day. Pitch high, 1-2. Clouds have rolled in considerably when we woke this morning. Went for breakfast in the hotel. You could see the sun, and now it's long gone. It's all clouds. 1-2 to count the pitch outside, 2-2. Yes, we do occasionally get up early when we're on trips like this.
Earliest I get up all year, probably.
We're in Peoria, we're being told. And we get some for our friends in New Athens. Congratulations to them. Fourth place finish outside, 3-2. Yeah. Wheeler has an opportunity to get on. Webber looking for their first base runner of the day. Been set down. 4 up, 4 down. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. That is the second strikeout of the inning for Jericine. He looks like a guy at 85 mile an hour that can bring a little smoke.
Well, he'd have to have that strikeout ratio over the amount of innings pitched.
And then steps Chris Bush. This guy yesterday, we mentioned the seventh. At that time, he struck out 3 times. Tied the game in the seventh, struck out looking again the ninth, and then singled in to go-ahead run the 10th, and threw a runner out the plate. You won't know that he struck out 4 times 20 years from now, according to him. Ball one outside, fastball. Mr. Bush was a very integral part of the game yesterday. Boy, a lot of fans here from Webber today. Nice to see them make the drive up from Jefferson County. Curveball over for a strike, 1-1. A lot of likes from those Webber fans on Facebook. Give us a like at facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Lots of pictures going up there from this weekend. Pitch on the way, popped up on the infield. Underneath it is Boozin. He will clear everybody out and make the play for the third out of the inning. Webber goes harmlessly in order in the second. After 1.5, no score here in Peoria. You're listening to Webber Township Baseball on WMIX.
Raise your hand if you're tired of showing up for a service appointment only to sit around a waiting room. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer at King City Chrysler Center. Our express lane fast oil changes and more provide quick, convenient service with no appointment needed. Our specialists are on hand to wait on you with lanes dedicated just for your oil changes, tire rotation, brake inspections, batteries, bulbs, wiper blades, air filter replacements, and more. We will also perform complimentary vehicle inspection with every oil change. We work around your schedule, open weekdays from 7:30 until 5 and Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon. See Express Lane Fast Oil Changes and more for all of your service needs, and we will get you back on the road quick. We're located at King City Chrysler Center at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Just another reason you can count on us.
This is Trojans Baseball from WMIX Sports, presented by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
1.5 innings in the book here in Peoria in the Class 1A state championship game. Webber, no score versus Illinois Lutheran. We'll tell you about Autoplex of Mount Vernon. Look no further than Autoplex for our extra nice, low-mileage pre-owned vehicles and bank rate financing and supreme service online at autoplexofmountvernon.com. Go Trojans, the voice of the Webber Trojans. Jared Boozing, a shortstop, will lead off for the Chargers here in the bottom of the second. Takes a curve ball high and in from Logan Gagne for ball one. No scores. We play in the bottom of the second, trying to race Mother Nature. Rain coming, as we know, in the entire state of Illinois, the way it looks. We'll probably get to drive home in a lot of it today. 0-1, 1-0 count. Pitch line down the third base line, just foul, 1-1. As they retrieve that ball, we'll tell you about Red Lake College. They sponsor the streaming for us at WMIXsports.com. Red Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. See which is right for you with full descriptions at rlc.edu. Apply online while you're there. That ball comes back in. I guess they only have one baseball for this game. They had to go chase that one down the line 310 feet away, bring it back in. I guess they're out of bottom.
Well, they're letting the kids keep them as souvenirs. Maybe they're giving too many away.
I bet they don't next year when they need Wilson.
No, they don't. I have a feeling that's why they're allowed to keep them this year.
Gagne's 1-1 pitch, swung on and foul back, 1-2. Love to see Webber. I think, as we mentioned on the Saturday Sports Show, Webber is David, and they got the slingshot at this private school from Crete ready to go. 1-2 to count now to Boozin, as Gagne will take the sign on the hill. He will get it, and he'll rock and fire. Fastball low, 2-2. Around the infield, Knepler, Helm, Roddenbush, and Garden for the Trojans. Wheeler, Austin, and Bush left to right in the battery of Moser and Gagne. 2-2 count pitch coming on the way. Swing and a miss, strike three. The first strikeout of the day for Logan Gagne. And nice to see him send the Charger back to the dugout to sit on the bench.
Big strikeout. Sends a nice message there saying, hey, you got two on me in the first. You're not going to get any more on me here in this inning. At least I must give every effort I can to prevent you from getting any base runners here in the second.
And in steps Mac Newson, center fielder, for the Chargers of Illinois Lutheran. They go by. They also go by Crete as well. That strike, curveball over the plate, 0-1. And Gagne seems to be starting to get in and relax in mode, understanding, starting to get a feel for the game and relaxing a little bit in the state title game. 0-1 pitch on the way. That is low, 1-1. Dimensions here at Dozer Park. Down the lines, 310 and 400 to center field. Sitting as we look towards the skyline of downtown Peoria, the Civic Center and left center. Well, they played a state basketball tournament. That pitch, fastball, fouled out over the ballpark, out on the Oak Street, 1-2. Flags are blowing towards the northwest as we look across Peoria Lake. See the ridges and overpasses, 1-2. Swing and a ground ball over to third. That is a fair ball, foul ball. Nope, foul ball. Umpire behind the plate did not signal very quickly, and luckily for Webber, Knepler didn't have to make a throw. That would have been the second one that the Chargers would have beaten out. 1-2 to count to Mac Newson, batting .243 on the year as the wind picks up in pace. Pitch on the way, high and tight, 2-2. That'll back Newsom off the plate. He'll take a big swing out of the box, and he'll get back in. Corners, third base in, Knepler. Garden at first is even with a bag. 2-2 pitch on the way from Gagne, outside and low, 3-2. As we sit high above here at Dozer Park, we thank the IHSA for all their help and hospitality and accommodations for us, as they usually do. We really appreciate the IHSA. 3-2 pitch on the way, swing and a foul back, and it's a pretty good battle between Newsom and Gagne right now.
It's a great matchup between these two pitchers, of course, or between these two right now. Gagne's done a nice job battling to get out in front, but Newsom give him credit for battling back and working it to a full count.
3-2 pitch on the way. The fastball high, just missed the zone. That'll be ball 4. Newsom will reach on a one-out walk. Good luck to the Webber Trojans from Autoplex in Mount Vernon. View their vast inventory of extra nice low mileage pre-owned vehicles and apply for bank rate financing online at Autoplex of MountVernon.com. In steps Evan Henschel, the left fielder, tall lad, 6'2", 6'3". Bucket of water weight, water wet, might be about 125. He takes a fastball outside, 1-0. 77 mile an hour on that last pitch from Gagne. Sometimes that's the distraction of high school kids to see the miles per hour up on the board because they want to throw harder. 1-0 pitch on the way. There goes the runner from first. Hit and run, base hit in the right field. Newsom will go to third. Booth will try to throw, nothing doing. And the Chargers have first and third again with one out, this time via the hit and run.
Tell you what, Bush made that play a lot closer than it should have been. Normal right fielder may not have had much of a chance of getting the speedy Newsom, but Bush came up firing and almost gunned him down to third base.
Bush kind of reminds me of a younger version of Andre Ethier. Now that he has to sit and watch Ysael Puig play in right field, and that'll bring up Chris Falk, the DH. He's the DH for right fielder Joey Kendrick today for the Chargers. First and third and one out for the Chargers of Illinois Lutheran. Gagne in some trouble here with this situation in the bottom of the order with one out, the bottom of the second of a scoreless game. Gagne looks to third, gets the sign, brings it home outside, ball 1. Webber, of course, dodged 2 runners on in the last inning, left stranded them on base, and avoided that. Can they avoid another situation here? 1-0 pitch inside corner for a fastball for a strike. As Logan continues to work around the zone a little bit here in this second inning. Runner takes the lead at first and third. One out. Gagne gets a sign, brings it home. Pitch swung on a miss, strike 2. The Webber dugout, all 2 players. One on the dugout bench, one on a bucket. 2 coaches standing, 1 coach sitting. 1-2 to count. 1 out, first and third for the Chargers. Gagne in some trouble will step off and look to first. He thought maybe the runner at first, Henschel, had an idea of going to second. Gagne will step back on the rubber and look for the sign. Infield ready for a ground ball for a double play. Pitch on the way in the dirt, blocked out, gets by Moser to the backstop, and the Chargers will break out on top first with a run, and they lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. That ball landed about 3 foot in front of the catcher in front of home plate. Nothing a catcher could do when the ball's thrown that hard. You got to try to knock it down.
Well, he got up in hopes of trying to knock it down, but then realized he's going to chase it back to the backstop. Got there quickly enough not to prevent the run from scoring, but preventing the extra run from getting to third base.
Runner moves up 90 feet from first to second, where he's there with 1 out. 2-2 count to Falk now at the top of the order coming up next. Pitch on the way outside 3-2, and you don't want to give too much to this top of the order. You will have to face them possibly, as Moser will go out and talk to Gagne. While he talks to Gagne, we'll thank Bryn Lake College for sponsoring the streaming at WMIXsports.com this weekend. Bryn Lake College can save you thousands on your college education. See how and apply online at rlc.edu. The meeting of the minds at the mound and down by the base for both teams are done. As Falk will step back in, this time with a 3-2 count. Falk, the number 9 hitter, batting .289, respectable with 14 RBIs out of the 9-hole. Gagne will look back to the runner at second. Pitch on the way, swinging a foul ball right side. That'll get over the stands and out on Oak Street, and we'll have another 3-2 pitch. Gagne out there on the mound, looks around, taking in the moment. Something you have to do when you get this far. Gagne will look around. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be the second out of the inning, and a huge strikeout for Logan Gagne that time for the second out of the inning.
Well, that's a big strikeout to come back and get laboring here in the second after the walk at single, and then bounces back with a nice strikeout. Still a runner in scoring position here in a 1-0 ball game, but 2 outs. You feel a little bit better as you start to get back to the top of the order.
Dylan Gould will step in. He had a single to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Takes ball 1 1/3 on the curveball.
That's a good stop by the catcher, Mosier. Now you feel a little more comfortable being able to throw that curveball knowing that he is going to stop it.
Gagne will look back at second, gets the sign, brings it home outside, 2-0. Illinois Lutheran, a school that's nearly 20 years old at best. 121 students, the smallest school in the tournament. Webber has 130. So Webber can claim we're not the smallest school, but their boundary compared to Illinois Lutheran is a little different. That pitch in the dirt gets away from Mosier, and that'll allow Henschel to go to third. So the count goes to 3-0. As the pass ball will send the runner to third. So now the Chargers have a runner at third with 2 outs. 1-3-0 right now for the Chargers, who lead Webber 1-0, bottom of the second. 3-0 pitch on the way is ball 4 low and outside. And the trouble continues for Logan Gagne, and that'll bring in Sam Jersey, the pitcher. He singled on his last at-bat. Sam Rude will make a venture to the mound and bring in the infield to talk at the bump.
Well, talk things over here. Try to keep from getting too rattled with runners at the corners now, 2 outs in a 1-0 ball game. So they've gotten a run across the plate already. That was the 1-out walk. And now the 1-out single is at third base with the 2-out walk at first.
People's National Bank, proud to support the Webber Trojans and all area athletes. Find the People's National Bank branch or ATM nearest you at peoplesnationalbank.com. Sam Root will meet with all the infielders and the battery, of course, out on the mound. While he does that, we'll tell you about Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Give us a like. If you I know a lot of people listening are on social media. We've gotten a lot of new likes in the last 2 or 3 days. We appreciate those people that have liked us. Give us a like at facebook.com/WMIX Sports as we provide pictures to you of the sights and sounds of this weekend for the Webber Township Trojans. In steps Sam Jersey, the starting pitcher. He singled the last time he was up. First and third, 2-out pitch on the way. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1, and they throw in behind the runner in third. Great throw by Mosier to Nepler, and the tag put on, but it was just late. Gagne will take the signal now. Looks the runner's over. Looks home, looks at third, now brings it home. Pitch in the dirt, 1-1 on another off-speed pitch. I think Webber's goal in this inning is to get out with only 1 run given up.
Well, getting the dugouts here at the bottom of the order can do the top half of the third to get that run back.
Swing and a pitch, line drive, left field. That'll go all the way to the wall. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs are going to score. Jersey's rounding second. He'll think about third and won't get there. It's a 2 RBI double for Sam Jersey, and the Chargers lead Webber Township 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. That ball was on a tee, and that ball was ripped into the gap, and Jersey has a double and 2 RBIs to help his effort. It's 3-0, and right now Webber's got to keep it at 3 and will get out of this second inning some way, somehow.
Ralph took advantage of the ball up in the zone and just lifted it in the left center field for an easy double. Strolled into second base, 2 runs across the plate. Now it's a 3-0 Illinois Lutheran lead.
Well, Webber right now got to get something back on track. Pitch on the way outside, 1-0. Grant Farmer steps in, popped out to shortstop his last time, bats .378 on the year. No, he's no easy out in the number 3 spot. Runner at second, 2 outs. Pitch on the way. That's low, 2-0 as Gagne struggles with the strike zone.
For some scores today, we know that Mascoutah beat Salem 2-1 in the 3A sectional. The 3A softball sectional of Centralia scoreless after 5. Columbia throwing a no-hitter at the moment.
Wow. Not shocking from Columbia. 2-0 to count here. Gagne looks back at the runner at second, brings it home. Pitch on the outside corner, strike 1, 2-1.
Of course, we saw New Athens today, how they kind of came out after that game. And granted, their emotions were on the opposite end of the spectrum, but you kind of wondered maybe not a little gas coming out of that 10-inning game yesterday, only having the same 9 to come out on the field today.
Yeah, it's a little different. Big win. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss in the dirt, foul ball, 2-2. Mentally, you're ready to go. and mentally you're fired up. It is a state championship game. Problem is to get jacked up and to get it again the same as yesterday, tough to do. But Webber Township trying to do that here. 2-2 count now to Farmer, 2 outs, a runner at second. Webber trails 3-0 here in the bottom of the second, trying to get out of this jam. Gagne's pitch on the way, curveball, wrapped to third. Knepler up with it, will throw to first, and that'll end the second inning. But not before the Chargers get 3 runs. After 2, Illinois Lutheran 3, Webber Township 0, as you listen to Webber Township Baseball on WMIX.
Community First Bank is proud to support the Webber Trojans baseball team in their quest for the state baseball championship. We are all proud of the effort, dedication, and commitment you have made in making history with your appearance at the state tournament. Coaches, parents, and players, you are all champions in our eyes. Community First Bank, with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina, welcome back to personal banking. Go Trojans!
Don't assume that all used car dealerships are the same. You may be surprised to know that Autoplex in Mount Vernon seeks out the nicest, newest vehicles with the lowest mileage and keeps their overhead low, so you get the best price on the best used vehicle without the pressure of pushy salespeople. Looking for something in particular? Let Jeremy at Autoplex find what you need. Trade-ins, on-site financing, and the best prices are at Autoplex of Mount Vernon, 204 East Main, and at autoplexofmountvernon.com. Listen online at WMIXsports.com. Presented by Ren Lake College. This is Trojans Baseball on WMIX.
2 innings in the book here in Peoria, this Class 1A state championship game. It is Illinois Lutheran 3, Webber Township nothing. Denny Czerwinski, Chris Hugo alongside. We also want to mention via tweet, the teams get here to the title game, so do the umpires. Jim Hayden behind the plate from Roscoe, Illinois. Gary Taylor at first from Morrison, Illinois, and Joe Kemp at third from Lexington, Illinois. So an esteemed honor for those umpires to get here to be able to do a championship game as well. Michael Garten, Mark Knepler, and Jackson Helms, 7, 8, 9, will go for the Trojans here in the second. So we know now that Gretchen Wilson is not the most popular person from Roscoe, Illinois, because Jim Hayden had the home plate call of the championship game. There you go. Who knew? Pitch on the way, swing and a foul ball off the right side. Chasing is his Falk, the first baseman, near the rail. Does not make the catch, runs into the rail. He's okay. Strapping young lad, that won't bother him as the rail gave way. It'll be 0-1 on the foul ball. Hear a train in the background. Feel like the old days on Mount Vernon.
So Wildbacher for Columbia has a no-hitter brewing in the softball sectional, just lifted a home run in the 6th to give the Columbia Eagles a 1-0.
She also will drive the bus and serve popcorn and soda during the game.
That name's like Smith over there.
Well, it is. They check on the first baseman. He's okay. As big as that first baseman is, running into that little rail won't hurt him.
They should be checking on the rail, not the first baseman.
Yeah, the rail and the camera down there. 0-1 to count to Garten, the first baseman. Pitch on the way, high, 1-1 on the fastball. Cool day in Peoria. Not as warm as it was yesterday when the sun was out and beaming. Some of our fellow media friends who had to sit out and work on their tan yesterday, getting video and still shots. We are in a booth. 1-1 to count. Curveball over the head of Garten, who'll go 2-1.
It's the difference between east side and over here.
Yep.
East side, you're in the elements.
Yep. Nothing at east side. A lot of ball fields are going to get those games in there. Here, it'll be a different story. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball back to the pitcher. Czerwinski with a nice play will throw to first. 1-3 on the putout for the first out of the third against Webber Township.
All we've seen out of Czerwinski so far is not just the ability to strike out batters, but fields his position well, comes off of the mound, and has a nice form as he throws over to first base and picks up an assist.
Look no further than Autoplex for extra nice low-mileage fuel and vehicles with bank rate financing and supreme service online at autoplexofmountvernon.com. Go Trojans. In steps Mark Knepler, the third baseman for Sam Root's Trojans. Pitch on the way, low in the dirt, 1-0. Webber will bring home a state trophy from the IHSA for the first time in school history. I'm sure there will be a big celebration, but they want the big one. This one's long from over. 3-0, though, in the third. Pitch on the way, swing and a ground ball. It'll go back to the pitcher. He'll step and throw to first. Plenty of time for the second out of the innings. For the second time, 1-3 recorded in the book. People's National Bank, proud to support the Webber Trojans on their history-making journey. They sponsored and provided the charter bus that brought Webber Township here to the state tournament in Peoria. Now to bring in Jackson Helm, who is no stranger to state championship games. He played in 2, won both at Woodlawn, when he was a junior high boys basketball player. So for the third year in a row, he'll play in the state title game as he swings and misses on a curveball and one way out in front of that one. So for him, he probably thinks this is an every-year thing in sports, depending on what he plays. 0-1 pitch on the way is a fastball just outside, 1-1.
He assures from prior experiences that he will not be responsible for this team leaving a trophy behind. He will make sure that they get it.
Is that right? Yeah, he was
a part of that crew.
He was a part of that crew that left the trophy back at Ren Lake. They had to go get it next week, now on Monday, pitching the dirt 2-1. That is a true story. Woodlawn Junior High boys team left the trophy at Ren Lake not once but twice, I believe. Got celebrating and got messing around and got on the bus to go home, and Ren Lake had to call them and say, hey, you guys forgot your trophy. 2-1 pitch on the way is grounded to short. Boosenbly up with it in the hole. He'll make the long throw across. And the Trojans go in order 1, 2, 3 for the third inning in a row. After 2.5, it is Illinois Lutheran 3, Webber Township nothing, as you listen to Trojans baseball on WMIX.
Registration for fall classes at Ren Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Ren Lake College, your journey starts here.
Did your bank recently make changes or add fees to your checking account? Free yourself with a free checking account from People's National Bank. You'll receive a Visa check card, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and access to over 20,000 ATMs with the added convenience of MoneyPass ATM network. Stop by People's National Bank, located at 413 South 34th Street in Mount Vernon today for details on how to get your free checking account.
People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC. Non-usage and wireless carrier fees may apply.
Listen online at WMIXsports.com. Presented by Ren Lake College. This is Trojans Baseball on WMIX.
Look no further than Autoplex Garage for Nice. Low mileage pre-owned vehicles with pick rate finance and screen service online at autoplexmountvernon.com. Bottom of the third we go. Webber trails 3-0. They have yet to get a hit in 3 at-bats against Sam Czerwinski. Leading off for the Chargers is Colin Bournes. He reached on a fielder's choice his last time. He'll look at ball 1 in the dirt. Nice crowd on hand here for this title game. A lot of people from Illinois Lutheran out of Crete to our left behind their third base dugout. Pitch on the way, curveball outside, 2-0. 50 pitches through 2 innings for Logan Gagne. Not sure if he's at a pitch count today or not. After Jordan Wheeler threw 175, who knows? Pitch on the way, swinging a foul back, 2-1.
You know, you see a 3-0 lead in a state title game, and most teams on the end of that, on losing, it was kind of be a little frantic with the Webber Trojans. I mean, they've battled back from behind all season long. It's like, okay, this is usual.
3-0. They're used to being from trailing, not winning early. Pitch outside, 3-1. Logan Gagne, his job is to keep Webber at 3-0. So his team offensively has a shot. They have been no hit through 3 innings. 3-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball center field. Bat goes off and it's over his head. He falls down trying to make the catch. That'll roll almost to the warning track. Bournes is rounding second on his way to third. It'll be a leadoff triple here in the bottom of the third for the Crusaders. Or the Chargers. I keep saying Crusaders because of the private school influx, but that time that ball was roped, and Austin went back, fell down, and still had to chase it, and still that ball, as deep as this park is, wasn't even near the warning track.
No, it wasn't. Of course, 400 straightaway center, and Austin kind of took a tumble there as he was going for it. Couldn't decide if he wanted to launch for a dive, try to come up with it, or stay on his feet. By the time he decided, it was too late. But a strong throw back into third base limited it to a triple.
Yep. And now steps in Evan Falk. He lined out to the first baseman his last at-bat with a runner at third with nobody out. The Chargers are looking to score again.
Edwardsville Tigers lead Moline 9-1 in the top of the 4th. Baseball.
1-0 pitch on the way inside. 2-0. To count. Falk bats .382 with 2 homers and 18 RBIs. 3-0 Webber trails. Pitch from Gagne to dirt outside left-hand and left batter's box is knocked down by Mosier, and it goes to 3-0. Wow.
You can't have a lot of. You can't have too many 3-0 counts here. You had a 3-1 pitch left up to Bournes that he drilled in the center. It's been these 3-0, 3-1 counts that have been out, basically damaging the Trojans.
Digging a hole early in all kinds of ways. 3-0 count pitch comes to Falk. Pitch on the inside corner, strike one. And Gagne battled. This is what Wheeler did yesterday. Battled through 10 innings. He battled hard, kept his team in it. Falk in the batter's box for the Chargers. He's got green shoes on, green Nikes. Pitch on the way to dirt ball 4. Gets by Moser, and another run's going to come in and score. Bournes will score the 4th run of the game on the wild pitch, and it's 4-0 Chargers now, and right now Webber's not helping themselves out.
Well, you just have an instance of shooting yourselves in the foot a couple of times. It's ended up in 4 runs for the Chargers, who, gauging by their pitching staff, aren't going to give you a whole lot of mistakes on the offensive end. So really you have to limit yourselves on what's going to happen here when you're out on defense and try to limit these mistakes. There's been quite a few.
Sam Root will make a visit to the mound. While he's doing that, I'll tell you about People's National Bank, proud to support the Webber Trojans on their history-making journey, and even prouder to provide their charter bus here to the state tournament. Also, the official voice of the Webber Trojans, Autoplex of Mount Vernon. They have extra nice low-mileage pre-owned vehicles, a bank rate financing, and supreme service. Visit them online at autoplexofmountvernon.com. Go Trojans. Sam Root meets with his team at the mound. In the third-place game in 1A today, Argento Oriana beat New Athens 7-1, but still congratulations to a local team compared to the we follow during basketball season, New Athens Yellow Jackets, on a 4th-place finish. Jared Boozin will step in. He struck out his last time in the 2nd inning. Webber Township in some trouble here, down 4-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. They have not gotten a hit and trailed by 4 runs, and the Chargers have a runner at first and nobody out. Gagne will go out of the stretch again, pitch on the way outside past Moser to the backstop, and that means the runner will advance to second base. Right now, Webber giving a lot of free bases, and that'll hurt teams you keep doing things like that.
Well, they are. You got 3 wild pitches right now, all responsible for the advancement of runners, 2 responsible for runs scored. Again, you have to limit these mistakes.
1-0 pitch on the way, line to short, off the leg of Jackson Helm in the left field. That will go for a hit. They're going to wave a runner over because the throw from Austin to Moser to the plate. He's out at the plate on another runner thrown out at the plate from Austin in center field to Moser, and the score stays 4-0 on a nice play by Austin in center field.
That was a great play by Austin. Came up, guns blazing, and a little incidental contact at the end of the play there as Boozer was as Falk was trying to slide into home, and a great play by Moser to hang on.
That cuts down, and that gives some excitement over to our friends from Webber Township below us. They ruled that an error, E6 on Jackson Helm. Mike Newsom is now stepping into the plate. He walked and scored his last at-bat. First pitch to him is swung on and drilled into right field for a base hit. It'll drop in front of Bush. They're going to hold the runner at third. They've seen Bush's arm.
Hey, that's a wise decision.
Yep. So now it's first and third and 1 out. And right now, the Chargers seem to be getting a good gauge of how to read Logan Gagne.
Well, now you have Mac Newsom on board. We've seen the wheels that he has, not only at center field, but on the base pass. This only brings in an opportunity to get a stolen base here, but maybe try the force off play as well, as they did earlier.
Sam Root is walking to the mound, and this might be all for Logan Gagne. And he might have to come back into the ball game later. You never know. Logan Gagne will come out of the game as Sam Root looks around. And then Lane Moser is going to be the guy that comes in, so we know we'll get through the changes. It looks like Nepler will go catch, and Moser will come in to pitch here so far. So Moser will go from behind the plate. Nepler will come in to pitch. And going to third base, as we look around, will be Austin. And Gagne will go to center field. How's that? Would that sum up everything?
Yeah, I believe it does. As Moser comes in to pitch, Nepler apparently the catcher.
Yep. Now, the thing about Nepler is, I believe, if I remember what, he has never caught until this year and found himself catching the title game of the regional. Well, guess what, Mark? You're just now catching the championship game of the state tournament. You know, and that's big time.
Things we do for our team.
Yep. Rend Lake College sponsors our streaming here at WMIXsports.com. Rend Lake College can save you thousands in college education. See how and apply online at rlc.edu. Autoplex in Mount Vernon says good luck to the Webber Trojans. You can view their vast inventory of extra nice, low-mileage pre-owned vehicles and apply for bank rate financing online at autoplexinmountvernon.com. Do you have the line on Mr. Gagne? Yes.
Yeah, go ahead with that. Well, all of it unofficial, of course. 2 innings pitched. Or actually did record 1 out, I should say. So went 2 1/3 innings pitched, last 6 hits, 4 runs. We're going to say all of them earned going by the scoring here in the ballpark. 2 walks and 3 walks and got 2 strikeouts. So Logan Gagne will go out of the game after 2 1/3. 6 hits, 4 runs, as Chris said, and he can be the loser right now unless Webber comes back. Sam Root still talking home plate umpire, nothing negative or anything like that going on. They look like they were having a conversation in general. 2 guys are involved in a big game, just kind of hanging out. Sometimes that happens up here. The umpires maybe is just as nervous as everybody else. It'll happen. Big game, big atmosphere. Pleasant Plains has been awoken. They have been brought to the field. They're over on the berm. Now what Webber has to do, down 4-0 after the great play by Austin in center. He now moves to third. Gagne, the pitcher, goes to center. It is 4-0 Chargers. Pitch on the way from Mosier. Curveball, swung and a miss. Strike 1 with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Webber has no hits, has an error. Chargers have 4 runs, 6 hits. They have first and third and 1 out as Mosier checks on the runner at first. A Webber Township team that needs to get out of this inning just down 4-0. 0-1 count. Pitch on the way. In the dirt, 1-1. Mosier's job is to get Webber out, get to the next inning, get the at-bats up. If you're looking forward to Webber in the top of the fourth, top of the order for the Trojans. 1-1 to count here with 1 out, first and third for the Chargers. Mosier gets the sign from Nepler. Fake the third, throw to first. You can still do that here. Cannot do that in the MLB anymore. Too many people got picked off. Hurt egos. Evan Henschel at the plate. That's 156 on the season. Pitch on the way. Swing. Pop up down the third base line. Austin will make the play. They got a runner and a break off first base on the steal. They throw it to first and it was dropped. Now the runner's going to tag from home third and score. Wow. That's a play where it's fine if you're going to make that. You got to remember the situation with the runner on third. And so in doing that, because he had already made the throw up to third, the runner obviously had already tagged, so he could go about halfway, see what happens. And because unable to hang on what was a great throw to first base, it ends up with another run, the fifth run coming across the court.
Good play by Austin. Had the runner dead to rights. If they hang on to the ball at first, it's a double play, and they don't score. But it's 5-0 as the ball was dropped, and it rolled away, and that allowed Boozin to come on in to score to make it 5-0 Chargers. In steps Chris Falk, struck out swinging his last time. He would not be the designated hitter in that at-bat. He would be the designated strike-out person. However, he's up to the plate again. 2 outs now, runner at first. Mosier on the mound, runner going, swing and a miss, strike 1, and the runner will steal second base rather easily. Had a good jump.
As the case of a speedy runner and an aggressive coach, so there was an inexperienced catcher behind the plate. Went ahead and took the bag.
Catcher just came into the game, been standing at third all day, 0 out, to see just how good your arm is.
Would not be surprised to maybe see third take.
Oh, yeah. 0-1 pitch on the way, swing and a ground ball to Roddenbush at second. He'll pick it up off the ground, throw, error, throws it away, and another run will score. The error charge, the second of the inning, will bring in another run, and it's 6-0 Chargers, as you can kind of see the daubers start to drop on the Trojans in the field. 3 errors on the Trojans today. They had 6 yesterday and got away with a win. Today they're down 6-0 here in the bottom of the third. Not what the Trojans had in mind or envisioned when they got up this morning. And in steps back to the top of the order, Dylan Gould. Singled in the first, walked and scored in the second. Troubling times for the Trojans here in the title game. All the T's together at once. Pitch on the way from Mosier. It's high, ball 1.
That finally shuts the book on Logan Gagne, too.
Yep.
5 now, the run, earned run total.
6 and 5.
May have presented it as the book was closed earlier. My apologies.
That's all right. It's closed now. Tied down. 1-0 pitch on the way outside. 60-mile-an-hour on the knuckleball. 2-0. Mosier's job is to try to get out of this inning, keep it at 6, and then Webber's got to regroup in the dugout to start the 4th. They do have the top of the order. Throw to first. Diving back in. It's Paul. He was spinning the tires out there trying to get back in. Wasn't getting any traction. Needs a little camber and wedge adjustment there. 2-0 to count, though, to Gould. Mosier's pitch on the way, high, 3-0. And the hole continues to get deeper for the Webber Township Trojans. On deck is Czerwinski, who has singled and doubled. He's halfway to a cycle. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, Webber pitch on the way, outside and high, ball 4. So now it's 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. And things get a little bit more troubling for the Trojans. Webber from the Midland Trail Conference joins Woodlawn as making trips to Peoria. Now there'll be a courtesy runner at first base for the catcher Gould. It'll be number 32. That is Cameron Bourne. He'll run. His brother Colin plays second. So now it's 1st and 2nd and 2 out for the Chargers. Webber down 6-0, trying to get out of the inning and keep it at 6. And in steps Czerwinski, who is 2 for 2 today. He looks at strike 1. Singled in the 1st, drove in 2 runs with a double in the 2nd. So he's batted in every inning. That's when you know things are going your way, when the number 2 hitter's batted every inning. 0-1 to count, pitch on the way in the dirt. Gets by Neppler to his right, and now the runners will advance 90 feet to 2nd and 3rd. And now the count's 1-1. And everything gets worse.
A little bit more of that now with Neppler behind the plate. Of course, we told you about the inexperience. This is the first time, this season marks the first time he's really caught. Being aware of that, of course, is Illinois Lutheran. They're going to take advantage on every pass ball.
1-1 pitch on the way, outside, ball 2. Can't get down by any more. Can't get down this situation. 2-1 to count with 2 outs. Czerwinski bats .526 on the year. Yeah, he's done some things. 3-0 pitch, 2-1 pitch, now becomes strike 2.
Well, he's looking for RBI in 37 and 38 right now.
Yeah, he has 2 home runs on the year, so he's kind of a do-it-all for Lutheran. He is a senior.
Only seen 1 home run here in the state final.
As the ball goes to the backstop, another run will score on the wild pitch. And it's 7-0 now Lutheran, and the count is full of 3-2.
4th wild pitch of the day.
Yeah. You give extra bases and you give extra outs to teams, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent at any level, and those teams usually find ways to make you pay. At this level, in this title game, you better believe Lutheran is. 3-2 pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball foul just outside the back of 3rd. We'll do it again. That ball rattles around the pin. We'll tell you about Autoplex in Mount Vernon. Look no further than Autoplex for extra nice low mileage pre-owned vehicles, a bank rate financing, and supreme service online at autoplexinmountvernon.com. Go Trojans. Also, People's National Bank, proud to support the Webber Trojans and all area athletes. Find a People's National Bank and ATM nearest you at peoplesnationalbank.com. We had to wait, had to read, because they had to go get to 1 baseball. They must be playing with 1 baseball this game. 3-2 again on the way. Swing and a foul ball right side, heads up. Paying customers. Ooh, that about got 1 person. 3-2 will do it again. Somebody walking under the mezzanine section over there, kind of just off in a whirl, about got zapped.
Understand the young woman who got hit yesterday is okay.
3-2. Pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball to short. Helm with it. Picks it up and will throw to first, and that'll end the 3rd inning. Not before the Chargers get 4 runs. We are at the end of 3. It is Illinois Lutheran 7. Webber Township, nothing. You're listening to Trojans Baseball on WMIX.
Sesser Auto Body reminds everyone to drive safe and be alert. Sometimes bad luck will find us, and if you do have a collision, fender bender, or run into a deer, take your vehicle to the Collision Pros. Sesser Auto Body is pre-approved by most insurance companies and can get you back on the road faster. That's why they're the Collision Pros. They're easy to find on Highway 148 in Sesser, or see why you should choose Sesser Auto Body at SesserAutobody.com.
Registration for fall classes at Rindley College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Rindley College, your journey starts here.
Webber Trojans Baseball on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. Presented by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
Autoplex says good luck to the Webber Trojans. View their vast inventory of extra nice low mileage pre-owned vehicles and apply for bank rate financing online at autoplexmountvernon.com. It'll be an uphill battle for Webber Township the rest of the way. After 3 innings, they trail Illinois Lutheran 7-0. Czerwinski and Chris Hugo alongside, and extra bases, extra outs against good teams means you get down in ball games.
Well, it does, and when you shoot yourself in the foot with things like wild pitches or just mental miscues, it's going to cost you every time. And against a team like Illinois Lutheran, they're going to exploit any type of weakness that you basically have, whether it be offensively, defensively, and they've done a great job of capitalizing on any mistake thrown their way.
Zane Austin will lead off. He grounded back the pitcher to start this game. Webber now with no hits through 3 innings against Sam Czerwinski. Pitch on the way, change up high, swing and a miss, ball, strike 1. Almost saw a no-hitter in the third-place game. It was broken up with 1 out in the 7th. We don't want to see one here today. 0-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, fastball high and tight, 0-2. Austin bats .442 with 15 RBIs, and Webber Township, unfortunately, may be running into a buzzsaw pitcher in Jarrison. Here we get a sign out on the hill. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Curveball grounded to third. Up with it is Farmer, and he boots it, and Austin will reach on the eve high. Custom-made ground ball, about a 3-hopper, and Farmer couldn't handle it. Keeps the no-no intact, but kills the perfect game. Yeah, lead is still 7-0, and that'll step in Logan Gagne. He popped out to second his last time. Red Lake College is our streaming sponsor, WMIXSports.com. They can save you thousands on your college education. See how to apply online at rlc.edu. Austin takes his lead at first. His run means nothing. Webber needs 7. Pitch on the way. Base hit down the left field line. That gets by the left fielder down into the bullpen. That'll roll all the way to the wall. Austin is being sent home, and he'll score the Trojans' first run of the game on the RBI double by Logan Gagne. Just took advantage of a mistake up in the zone, lined it down the left field line, and Austin turned on the wheels and came all the way around to score the first run of the game. It is unearned, though, for the Webber Trojans. It's 7-1 as Webber gets on the board, much to the delight of their fans below us. Give us a follow on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Great way to keep up to date with information and things that we're doing. We're keeping you up to date on things here in Peoria. In steps Gage Roddenbush. He grounded out to second his last time. The Trojans have a runner at second. Nobody out. They score their first run of the game here. A good start to the 4th for the Trojans. Every one of them up on the rail of the dugout, top step. What a wonderful thing to see. Curveball, high and tight to Roddenbush, 1-0. Roddenbush bats .398. Now the catcher's going to go out and talk, and Sam Root will meet with Roddenbush. While he does that, we'll tell you about People's National Bank. Proud to support the Webber Trojans on their history-making journey. That's People's National Bank. Give us a like on Facebook. All kinds of pictures and stuff going on there. Go to facebook.com/WMIX Sports to give us a like. And look at all the stuff that we're putting on there from this weekend in Peoria. Roddenbush steps back in. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a foul back. 1-1. I have picked up a tendency on Mr. Jarrison. When he throws a fastball, he kicks his leg a little different. Curveball, he doesn't kick it as far back to get as much on it. We'll see if that tendency is picked up by the Trojans. See? Thank you. Fly ball on the right, ball on the right side. That's corralled by the first baseman on the pop-up. First out of the inning, and Moser will step in. About this Trojans team, there is no negative stuff in that dugout. They're all, once somebody does something, they all pat them on the back. Let's go. We're all in this. 11 strong is the theme as Lane Mosier will step in. He struck out swinging his last time. Runner at second is Gagne. The RBI double gets the Trojans on the board here in the fourth. Mosier steps in with a .393 average, a home run, and 39 RBI. Pitch on the way to him. Curveball in the dirt, 1-0. Not much Sam Root can do right now. You can't do much managing in this situation on offense. You got to get back into the ball game. So Mosier will step back into the box with Wheeler on deck. 1-0 to count. Jersey looks at the runner at second. Pitch on the way, fastball right down the middle, 1-1. 77 miles an hour. He has topped out at 85 today. Webber down 7-1, his title game in the fourth inning. Mosier steps in. Jersey gets a sign. Pitch on the way. Fastball in. 2-1. 7-1 lead sometimes is too much for a pitcher to handle. You want to get out there and be fancy and dot the plate. Sometimes that causes problems. Jersey will get another sign. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way is behind on right field. Base hit. That'll drop in front of the right fielder. Runners will hold. As Gagne will go to third, and on the single, Mosier will go to first. It's first and third, and 1 out.
So Webber starting to hit the baseball here in the top of the fourth. Gets a run across the plate, have runners in the corners here, and only 1 out. Maybe you try a force ball play in this situation where the pitcher's starting to make a few more mistakes, but down 6, we'll see what happens. And in steps Jordan Wheeler. He struck out swinging his last time. Jordan Wheeler right now, the folk hero from yesterday, would love to be more of a hero today. Chris Bush on deck, and Sam Root will step in. They're going to have a courtesy runner. That is number 1, Dylan Burrell, will run again now for Lane Mosier since he is the pitcher. Mosier will go in and get some rest. Wheeler will step in, the winner of the semifinal yesterday, 175 pitches later. He'll step in. First and third, and 1 out for the Trojans here in the fourth. Jersey gets his sign and delivers. Ball 1 in the dirt. Webber, it'd be nice to put up a crooked number here to get back into this ball game. On an overcast day, even though the sun's trying to pop out a little longer. The IHSA hopes so to get 2 A games in. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way. Strike 1 right down central. Wheeler was going to make Jersey throw a strike before he swung. And now he has an opportunity to swing here. 1-1 to count on after that 79-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. Jersey gets his sign. We'll take a look at the runners. Pitch is on the way. Swing and a ground ball. That goes to shortstop. Through the shortstop leg. Base hit. Run scores. And it's first and second now. Webber trails 7-2. They actually ring that as an error. Okay, really? How do you give an error? You can't assume if it doesn't hit his glove. So what they're telling me is a pop-up in the outfield infield. They just put up a hit. It's still a hit. They just put up a hit. Okay. That error is from the top.
I hope it was. Well, I was getting worried. I saw that pop.
E5 is how the inning started, so that was their first error.
They're about ready to go down and talk to the official score and say, what are you doing? 7-2, Webber now leads, trails by 5. There's a meeting of the minds for the Chargers at the mound, as the coach will come out and visit with the infield. While he does that, we'll tell you about Autoplex in Mount Vernon. Extra nice low mileage pre-owned vehicles at bank rate financing and supreme service online at autoplexinmountvernon.com. Of course, we got to mention that today at Weber Township High School, Brad Beatty had a long ago scheduled high school boys basketball tournament. They are playing games there all day. We retweeted a picture of him and the Trojans playing a game today, so we know there are probably a lot of people got the radios on listening to us at Weber Township High School. In steps Chris Bush, first and second, 1 out. Webber has 2 runs on the board here in the fourth. Pitch on the way to Bush, swing and a miss on a fastball, and he gets fastball, got it, and swung through it.
Well, after his first 3 at-bats yesterday, he's making much better contact with the baseball. Since that point, 2 clutch base hits yesterday. Could be clutch here, too, in the top of the board with 2 on.
0-1 count to Bush, pitch on the way. That's a strike, 1-1. Or 0-2, I should say.
Great location on the fastball that time.
Jersey bearing down here a little bit. Maybe that 7-run lead to start this inning had a little bit of a letdown from Illinois Lutheran. First and second, one out. They throw in behind the runner at first, and diving back in is Wheeler. Pretty nice play. They sent the first baseman back in. Wheeler was taking a nice big lead, and Jordan had to dive back in just in front of the tag. 0-2 to count to Bush with one out, first and second. Pitch on the way, fly ball right field will go into foul territory off the rail, and we'll do it again at 1-2. They'll have to chase that ball because that seems to be the only baseball we have for this game. Oh, nope, they got another one. They found one. Now they want to throw back in because they want to look at that baseball to hit the rail. So you play high school games all year where baseballs get mangled and they use them all day, all game, and you get up here and you got to use new baseball. State tournament. Only the best. 0-2 to count to Bush. We'll do it again. With one out. First and second. Jersey delivers. Swing and a ground ball back to the shortstop. Could be two. Out of second for one. Throw will not be made. They'll get the double. They'll get the force out. So it'll be first and third on the fielder's choice for the second out of the inning as Bush reaches on the 6-4. Something we've seen all weekend in games here. Double play's been hard to turn for whatever reason. Teams haven't been able to pull that off. And now will step in Michael Garden, who grounded back to the pitcher in the third. Webber trails 7-2 here in the top of the fourth with first and third and two out. Jersey will get his sign and look at the runner. We'll see if Bush is staying home or going. He's going. Pitch in the dirt outside left fighter's box. So Bush will steal the bag and go to second. So now Webber with runners in scoring position, second and third now with two outs, and a 1-0 count to Garden. Garden bats .309 right now. Pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball to second base. Over to his right is Bourne. She'll throw to first, and that'll end the top of the fourth, but not before the Trojans get 2 runs. After 3.5, it's the Chargers 7, Trojans 2, as you listen to Webber Township Baseball on WMIX.
Don't assume that all used car dealerships are the same. You may be surprised to know that Autoplex in Mount Vernon seeks out the nicest, newest vehicles with the lowest mileage and keeps their overhead low so you get the best price on the best used vehicle without the pressure of pushy salespeople. Looking for something in particular? Let Jeremy at Autoplex find what you need. Trade-ins, on-site financing, and the best prices are at Autoplex of Mount Vernon, 204 East Main, and at autoplexofmountvernon.com.
Did your bank recently make changes or add fees to your checking account? Free yourself with a free checking account from People's National Bank. You'll receive a Visa check card, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and access to over 20,000 ATMs with the added convenience of MoneyPass ATM network. Stop by People's National Bank located at 413 South 34th Street in Mount Vernon today for details on how to get your free checking account.
People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC. Non-usage and wireless carrier fees may apply.
This is Trojans Baseball from WMIX Sports, presented by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
Webber rallies in the top of the fourth for 2 runs, but they still trail Illinois Lutheran 7-2 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Czerwinski and Chris Hugo alongside here on WMIX. And Chris, 2 runs in that inning, a couple more here and there, a couple more. Webber can get back into things.
Well, you find 2 runs on 3 hits, and the most important aspect is those 3 hits. You finally start to hit the ball in that inning and start to get to the pitcher, and now you try to get back out here. Hopefully you get a quick inning, 1, 2, 3, with 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup. Easier said than done.
Grant Farmer will step in. It's his third time to bat in 4 innings. He has popped out to short and grounded to third. His 2 at-bats. 1-0 pitch on the way in the dirt. It'll be 2-0. Webber trails 7-2. They'll have 8, 9, and 1 in the top of the 5th in this Class 1A state championship game from Dozier Park here in Peoria. Pitch on the way, inside corner, strike 1, 2-1. Moser's not going to break any speed records on the radar gun, but by goodness, he throws strikes. And that's the most important thing, and sometimes a pitcher with off-speed stuff will get a team thrown off faster than a hard-throwing pitcher. There's the pitch, ground ball back up the box for a base hit. Farmer leads off the fourth with a single for Lutheran. People's National Bank is proud to support the Webber Trojans and all area athletes. Find the People's National Bank branch or ATM nearest you at peoplesnationalbank.com. Colin Bournes will step in. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first, tripled and scored in the third. He led off that triple, led off to that 4-run inning for the Chargers. Runner at first takes the lead. Moser's pitch in the dirt, 1-0. As we play along in what has turned into a windy day, rain coming up from the south is heading towards Peoria. That could be a problem for the 2A side of the baseball tournament.
Yeah, we're watching what's between Quincy and Springfield right now.
Pitch in the dirt, 2-0. Colin Bournes at the plate, 384 average, no RBIs, no home runs, 26 RBIs. Team from Will County. In Crete, Illinois, swing and a miss on the pitch high, 2-1. A school of 121 boys, no girls in the school, from the River Valley Conference. First time a state in any sports.
Ever had many opportunities?
Nope. Pitch in the dirt. 3-1. They figured out how the rules work for their school.
Could be the last time they get here for 6 years.
Well, yeah. They win the state title, they'll be done for 6. Let's go 2A. Pitch on the way, he fakes the first. Goes the first. The runner dives back in. Did not get the socks dirty. We talk about runner at first has those high socks, Grant Farmer. Pitch on the way, high and tight, ball 4. You're going to have to throw strikes if you want to keep it at 7-2. And when you score 2 runs like this, your idea is to get 3 quick outs, get back in, and use that momentum.
Well, it is, and that's what we said at the top, or at the beginning of this particular half inning, was need to get a quick inning, 1, 2, 3, and get back to the dugout. But right now you have a single and then a walk with nobody out. Evan Falk hasn't done much damage today, but you never know when that could happen as we get deeper and deeper into this Lutheran order. First pitch is fouled off to the right side, out of play, 0-1. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports, as a great catch was made by a guy from Pleasant Plains, Illinois. Of course, you're Lane Mosier right now. You have to nail your own theses to the wall here against Illinois Lutheran.
Yes. 0-1 now the count. First and second and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch on the way, high, 1-1. If you're Illinois Lutheran, you're thinking, hey, we can get 5 here, get 3 outs in the 5th, and go home. That's what they're doing. I think they learned a lesson by letting down a little bit, and Webber got 2 on him in the top of this inning. Pitch on the way is lined down the right field line, foul. That'll go in the bullpen and rattle around, 1-2. Social media for us, we're also on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. We have had so many new likes in the last couple of days with all our work here in Peoria. We're trying to take pictures to keep you up to date if you're here, to give you the sights of what's going on, and we'll keep it up. So give us a like at facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Pitch on the way, line down the right field line, foul, off the tarp into the stands. Count remains 0-2. As they sent Dylan Burrell over to get the first foul ball, he got over there and he had one coming at him. He's heading back to the dugout. I don't blame him. Says, I'm trying to be nice getting the foul ball. You guys are firing baseballs at me. 0-1 pitch, grounded to short. Helm will throw to third, get the lead runner, but doesn't. It goes through Austin's glove. And another error for the Trojans, and it'll be bases loaded and nobody out for the Crusaders. And the 4th error of the day for Webber Township. Jackson Helm ranged to his right, got it, threw it to Austin. It just flat went through his glove.
Oh, it did. When that happens, not much you can do to it. Throw looked good. It did pull him off of the bag a little bit toward the plate, but that's one that going through the glove, you still have to hang on to it, get that lead runner, and get your first down. Now a big opportunity for the shortstop, Boozin.
The difference today, and in their run, Webber has not made the easy play. That pitch to strike one, the outside corner to Boozin. Struck out and scored, reached on air and scored in his 2 at-bats. You have to make those easy plays, and that one there was an easy play. You get the lead out, you get the first out. Now you give an extra out, now you have trouble. Pitch on the way, swing and a pop fly back towards us, to our right. People are ducking, 0-2. Boozins drove in 18 runs, batting .360. He's looking to improve on those 2 numbers here in this at-bat. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Webber in some trouble again. 1-1 pitch on the way. That's a strike. Strike 3 called. First out of the inning, and a nice pitch by Moser to fool Mr. Boozin.
That's one way to get the first down.
Well, he fooled him. I think Musen was looking for something else. He got a fastball down the middle. He wasn't expecting that.
This is the guy that scares me right now. He's reached base twice today, but he has speed, and I know that's going to be limited on the base paths with the bases loaded that can hit the ball and spray it around the ball yard.
I'm shocked that he's not higher in the order is Max Newsom. Swing and a miss on a pitch inside, 0-1.
That could be one.
That could be one, too. It's like Willie Mays Hayes, can't hit contact. You do push-ups, you're not going to lead off, you're not going to be in the big league. 0-1 to count to Newsom. Critical moment in the game if Webber wants to stay in it. We got a guy stealing home on a squeeze, actually, and he's on a foul ball. I thought the way Newsom acted, he was going to back up and let the runner from third steal home in Farmer.
I think he panicked last.
Yes, he did.
Because he struggled to get that bunt down. You can tell he was getting ready to get his feet out of the box and go backwards, shuffled them back forward, did get the bunt down, but just barely. I mean, his bunting fundamentals are very sound, but that's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
And when he went backwards and then bunted, that's what cost him.
That went from an easy steal of home to a suicide unnecessary squeeze.
Squeezing with the bases loaded and 1 out. All right, pitch on the way. That's the dirt 1 and 2. But the way he acted, he took a step back, and I thought, here comes Farmer. He's going to try to steal home. And then he went back and bunted the ball. It's kind of like he was trying to, I don't know if he's trying to deceive Webber or what. In that case, just stay in there and get the bunt down. 1 and 2 to count. Mosier will pitch. That ball's grounded towards short. Helmweather will throw to second for 1. They won't get the next one to first. And a run will score on the fielder's choice, and it's now 8-2. Runners advance to first and third. Falk is retired for the second out of the inning at second. So fielder's choice 6-4. Drake finds in a run. It's 8-2, and that'll bring in Evan Herschel. Singleton scored in the first. Popped out to third in the third. He's the left fielder today for the Chargers. Hill first and third. Strike 1. We've got a text. Bases loaded squeeze. I'm like that person. That shocks me. You're basically giving it out unless you think they're going to throw it around again. I can't believe you'd squeeze with the bases loaded.
I have a lot of issues with that. 1 strike count. As the pitch comes.
Off to the right. Go ahead.
But as his pitch comes, you have a 1 strike count. The way he did that looked like he was going to back out, then force the bunt down. Yes, he got it off, but then he bunts it for the second strike. So then with a 2 strike count, you're forced to be a little more defensive in your swing, and as a result, forcing yourself into pitches where maybe you can wait for one with a 1 strike count, do some more damage with the bases loaded and nobody out.
It's not like the bottom of the order hasn't made contact today. I mean, the bottom of the order scored 4 of their 8 runs
where the offense started.
Right. So why do you bunt, bases loaded, nobody out? That makes no absolute sense to me. That's why I'm up here, I guess. 0-2 to count pitch. Back goes strike 3 curveball, and that'll end the inning. I think what could have been a much bigger inning for the Chargers gives them only 1 run. We played 4. It's Illinois Lutheran 8, Webber Township 2 as you listen to Trojans baseball on WMIX.
Community First Bank is proud to support the Webber Trojans baseball team in their quest for the state baseball championship. We are all proud of the effort, dedication, and commitment you have made in making history with your appearance at the state tournament. Coaches, parents, and players, you are all champions in our eyes. Community First Bank, with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina, welcome back to personal banking. Go Trojans!
Registration for fall classes at Renlake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Renlake College, your journey starts here.
Back to Trojans baseball on WMIX, powered by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
4 innings in the book here at Peoria at Dozer Park. It is Illinois Lutheran 8, Webber Township 2. Danny Czerwinski, Chris Hugo alongside. And Chris, I think what could have been a much bigger inning for Illinois Lutheran. Webber Township catches the break. They only allowed 1, and they need to use this break to get something going here in the 5th.
Well, exactly. Got a huge break for that base-loaded scenario. The runner was coming home as if he was going to steal, and then last-second suicide squeeze, and it turned into a last-ditch effort. They stranded 2 runners in the inning, only got 1 across the plate. We're in a position with the bases loaded, nobody out, to possibly force a short game Now you give Webber new life heading into the top of the fifth with 8, 9, and 1 due up. At the bottom of the order has to do something here for the Trojans. Continue where they left off. 2 runs, 3 hits in that top of the fourth. Extend that into the top of the fifth. Nepler, Helm, and Austin for the Trojans. First pitch to Nepler is a strike right down in the middle. 0-1. Nepler grounded back to the pitcher. His first time at bat in the third. 8-2, Illinois Lutheran from Crete over Webber Township here in the fifth. Pitch on the way is a strike. 0-2. And Webber will have to come back one more time in postseason if they want to get a win here in this Class 1A state championship game. Nepler bats .361. Pitch on the way, high, 1-2. He was trying to see if Nepler would chase. Jackson Helm is on deck. Pleasant Plains is here ready to go. They are ready to roll in their 2A game. Swing, fouled off. It'll be 1-2. Winds start to pick up, which tell me that weather and rain are getting closer. Have that one baseball again. They're going to have to bring the one to hit the rail out because I saw it. It did not get thrown out in play. It is in that umpire's bag. So I got the one to hit the rail, so it's not going to matter. And the count is 1-2. Give us a follow on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We're keeping you up to date with the sights, sounds, and information here in Peoria. 1-2 to count now to Nepler here in the fifth. Webber trails 8-2. Czerwinski will get his sign, and he gets it and brings it home. Curveball just missed. I don't know where that pitch was. 2-2 and a break for Nepler. Big break. If I'm Nepler, I would swing at that pitch if it's there in that spot again. I would not want it to let pass by. 2-2 the pitch to count. Swinging a foul back to the backstop. We'll do it again. One more time. Great to see a lot of people here today wearing blue and gold, dressed in 11 strong T-shirts here watching the Webber Township Trojans. A big contingent here from Blueford. Nice to see that here at Peoria. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's how the fifth will begin. Look no further than Autoplex for extra nice low-mileage pre-owned vehicles with bank rate financing and supreme service online at autoplexmountvernon.com. They say go Trojan, and they are the official voice of the Webber Township Trojans. Jackson Helm steps in. He grounded short his last time, playing in the top of the fifth. Down 8-2 are the Trojans, and Helm takes ball one outside, 1-0. Webber has trailed multiple times this year in postseason and have come back. They will have to do it again here today if they want to win a state title. 1-0 pitch on the way to Helm. He'll ground it to short. Boozen's over to his left. He'll run it halfway there, and will throw and get the out. Thought he was just going to run it over there the way he was looking. I don't know if he's looking for the insignia, the seams, or logo, or what. I don't know if he's looking for comfort, what he was going for there, but for the Trojans right now, 2 outs here at the top of the fifth, nobody on, and you haven't been able to capitalize on any momentum that has been given and granted your way. The ball drop, the leadoff hitter will step in, ground to the pitcher in the first, reached on an error and scored in the fourth, as we play with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. 8-2, Webber down. He'll have 7 more shots at this. Swing and a ground ball to first. Over with it is Falk, and that's how this the top of the fifth will end as the Trojans go in order. After 4.5, it's Illinois Lutheran 8, Webber Township 2, as you listen to Webber Township Baseball on WMIX.
Cesar Auto Body reminds everyone to drive safe and be alert. Sometimes bad luck will find us, and if you do have a collision, fender bender, or run into a deer, take your vehicle to the Collision Pros. Cesar Auto Body is pre-approved by most insurance companies and can get you back on the road faster. That's why they're the Collision Pros. They're easy to find on Highway 148 in Cesar, or see why you should choose Cesar Auto Body at CesarAutoBody.com.
Did your bank recently make changes or add fees to your checking account? Free yourself with a free checking account from People's National Bank. You'll receive a Visa check card, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and access to over 20,000 ATMs with the added convenience of MoneyPass ATM network. Stop by People's National Bank, located at 413 South 34th Street in Mount Vernon today for details on how to get your free checking account.
People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC. Non-usage and wireless carrier fees may apply.
Webber Trojans Baseball on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. Presented by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
4.5 innings in the book here in the Class 1A state championship game for baseball in Peoria. Illinois Lutheran leads Webber Township 8-2. Denny Czerwinski and Chris Hugo alongside here on WMIX. AM 940, also online at WMIXSports.com. It'll be 9-1-2 for Illinois Lutheran. They will start with a pinch hitter. It'll be John Sager. He will bat here in the fifth. He bats .286 on the season. He takes over the DH spot. Pitch inside, strike one. Webber trails 8-2. It's 2 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors for the Trojans. 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Chargers. In this state title game, pitch on the way, swinging a ground fly ball in the right field. That'll drop for a base hit. Hawk gets replaced by Sager, and he leads off with a single in the bottom of the fifth as the Chargers keep putting the pressure on. Well, new guy and successful on the first pitch scene, and it's a leadoff single here at the bottom of the fifth and a chance to keep adding to this lead for Illinois Lutheran. They can continue to get runners aboard here in the bottom half. The Chargers have had the leadoff hitter get on base 4 of the 5 innings they have batted. It rolls back to the top of the order to Dylan Gould. Singled, walked and scored, and walked. He's been on base, obviously, all 3 times he's taken strike one. People's National Bank, proud to support the Webber Trojans on their history-making journey. Even prouder to provide the charter bus to the state tournament. 0-1 count to Dylan. Throw to first. Back in time is the runner. And we'll start again. Gould batting .367 on the season with 12 RBI. On a cloudy day in Peoria. 0-1, pitch on the way from Mosier. Swing and a base hit in the center field. That will drop out in front of Gagne. It'll be first and second for the Chargers. They're looking to get 4 and go home with the 10-run rule. People's National Bank is proud to support the Webber Trojans, and all area athletes find the People's National Bank or ATM nearest you at peoplesnationalbank.com. We also want to thank Red Lake College for sponsoring the streaming at WMIXSports.com this weekend. They can save you thousands on your college education. See how to apply online at rlc.edu. In steps Sam Jersey, starting pitcher. First and second and nobody out. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike one. He was looking to put one out on Jefferson Street down the left field line. 8-2 Chargers over the Trojans. First and second, nobody out as we play along here on a cloudy day in the bottom of the fifth. Pitch on the way, that is ball, 1-1. Some of the Webber fans below us hoot and holler as the windows are open. We are sitting in the elements, folks. We do not sit inside a lot. We're sitting in the elements with the windows open. 1-1 counts, pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball right field. Bush goes back on it. It'll be over his head. It'll go all the way to the warning track, to the wall. 2 runners are side by almost tailing each other here coming to score. It'll be a 2 RBI triple for Sam Jersey, and it's 10-2 for Chargers here in the fifth.
How about a guy who has helped out his own cause today with 4 runs batted in? He's 3 for 4 now.
And it's 3/4 of a way to a cycle. There's that. Single, double, and triple for Jersey. The winning game-winning run is now at the plate in Grant Farmer. Jersey will go out for a courtesy runner. Why they're sending somebody down to warm up in the bullpen, I have no idea, because Jersey's been a beast today on the mound.
See, that tells me you don't have any confidence in the situation.
Look no further than Autoplex for extra nice low-mileage pre-owned vehicles and bank rate financing and supreme service online at autoplex.mountvernon.com. Go Trojans. You can also follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports for keeping you up to date on information in this state title game in the weekend of Peoria. Here's Grant Farmer. He singled and scored in his last at-bat. Has popped out to short and grounded to third. As this game is not going the way we thought it would. They're going to step off and throw to first for an appeal. And the umpires are looking around like nothing, and nothing happened. They were thinking that Jersey missed first base, but he didn't. Sam Root trying everything. Down 10-2 entering the bottom of the fifth, 2 runs on the board. The Chargers have scored in 4 of the 5 innings. They did not score in the first. Pitch on the way outside, 1-0. The Chargers got 3 in the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and now have 2 more here in the fifth. Webber will need to get out of the inning and gets them going in the 6th and 7th. Mosier will deliver. Pitch on the way. Fly ball center field. This will be deep enough to score a run. This will be the 11th run of the game. Will come in the score, and it's 11-2 Chargers on the sac fly RBI with one out here in the 5th. As the hole gets bigger. Good luck to Webber Trojans from Autoplex of Mount Vernon. View their vast inventory of extra nice, low-mileage pre-owned vehicles and apply online for bank rate financing at Autoplex of MountVernon.com. In steps Colin Bourne. Reach base 3 times. Reached on a fielder's choice, a walk, triple, and scored a run in the 3rd. It's 11-2 with one out here in the 5th. Pitch on the way in the dirt, gets by, nothing going on because there's no runner on. 1-0 is the count. Webber cannot let Lutheran score again here in the 5th. If they do, the game's over. 10-run rule. And the dream of the state title would go away. 1-0 pitch on the way to Bourne is going to be a ground ball to first. Over to his right is Garten. He'll throw to Mosier for the 3-1 put out for the second out of the inning. Falk will come to the plate. 11-2 here in the 5th. Facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Give us a like. We've got all kinds of new pictures going up. We have new information from the weekend. We appreciate all those that have liked us over the last few days on our run here to Peoria. That's Facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Give us a like while you're there. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. It's 11-2 Illinois Lutheran. That pitch swung and a miss. Strike 1. Falk came out of his shoes that time trying to hit that knuckleball. He swung hard that time. He may have to retie his shoes. 0-1 the count. It's 11-2 Chargers here in the 5th. I think he had hopes of a walk-off. Yeah, 1-1. That pitch goes in the dirt. We've seen one home run today. See, the two teams are going to play for the 2A title already here. They're going to play the 2A championship first, try to get it in, and if they get the third-place game in, great. If not, great, too. Interesting to see how they do that. The wind is picking up out on the field. 1-1 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. Falk's trying to hit one to the Civic Center. He thinks the harder you swing, the better chance it is to go somewhere. He tries to hit one a long way. For a one-way street. Can't hit it that way. Well, you can hit it that way, but I don't think you can get it there. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up near the backstop, and chasing his Nepler, but he won't catch up to it. Chasing it with all that catcher's gear on is a whole other ball game. So we'll redo it again at 1-2. See a lot of our familiar sights here in Peoria that we're used to. 1-2 the count. Webber down 11-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball right field. Bush will camp under it, and that will bring to the end the 5th inning. However, not before the Chargers get 3 more. And after 5, it is Illinois Lutheran 11, Webber Township 2 as you listen to Trojans Baseball on WMIX.
So how do you really know your bargain insurance isn't going to cost you big if you have an accident? Talk to someone who knows. Scott Owens, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. He can help make sure you have the coverage you need while saving money in the process. Get to a better state. See State Farm agent Scott Owens at 1810 Broadway in Mount Vernon and begin a saving full relationship. Or call 242-3770. That's 242-3770.
Don't assume that all used car dealerships are the same. You may be surprised to know that Autoplex in Mount Vernon seeks out the nicest, newest vehicles with the lowest mileage and keeps their overhead low so you get the best price on the best used vehicle without the pressure of pushy salespeople. Looking for something in particular? Let Jeremy at Autoplex find what you need. Trade-ins, on-site financing, and the best prices are at Autoplex of Mount Vernon, 204 East Main, and at autoplexofmountvernon.com. This is Trojans Baseball from WMIX Sports, presented by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
5 innings in the book in this Class 1A state championship game. The score is Illinois Lutheran 11, Webber Township 2. Autoplex of Mount Vernon is the official voice of the Webber Trojans. Look no further than Autoplex for extra nice, low-mileage pre-owned vehicles and bank rate financing and supreme service. Online at Autoplex at MountVernon.com. Go Trojans. Webber has trailed many times in postseason, Chris, but this trailing and coming back would be a story of all time if they can pull this off, but we know they can do it if they can get things going.
That'd be a comeback that people will be talking about across the state for many years to come. And I'm not going to say it's not unlikely. It's improbable, but to get 9 runs, I mean, it starts now, and you got to get something going right away here with 2, 3, and 4 coming up.
This would be the inning to get something going. We'll tell you about Twitter. Give us a follow on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We appreciate all the new followers we've gotten on this run to Peoria with Webber Township. We're keeping you up to date on information all around the sports world, including our sights and sounds that we see here in Peoria. That's at WMIX Sports on Twitter. It'll be
Dylan Burrell.
Dylan Burrell's going to bat for Logan Gagne here in the 6th. So Burrell will get a bat. He's been a guy that's been a courtesy runner a lot of the times this year. Most of the Trojans, about 90% of them, or all of them now, are on the rail. They always go to the top of the rail for each offensive inning. And that is something to see. During the break, we saw a lot of the Webber fans stand up and applaud the Trojans as they came to the dugout. First pitch on the way is a strike called, 0-1. So it's Webber Township Trojans will need some runs to get back into this 0-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 2. The new pitcher in now for Lutheran is Jared Boozin. He went down to warm up. He did not pitch yesterday, but he's in there now. He's looking to get some hitting innings on the hill. That's kind of a deal. He throws one outside. Hey, we'll let you pitch a little bit here in this one. 1-2 to count here with nobody out as we play in the 6th. Another pinch hitter on. No pinch hitter. Sorry about that. Looking down at the wrong thing. 1-2 to count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Burrell goes down swinging for the first out of the 6th. Facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Give us a like. Thanks to all our new likes on Facebook, all the people that have liked this and enjoyed our pictures and sights and sounds here at Peoria. Gage Rodenbush will step in. He's grounded to second and popped out to first in his 2 at-bats. One out here in the 6th. Swing and a foul to the backstop, 0-1. We can tell you that Trico has taken a 1-0 lead middle part of their game in the Class 1A State Softball Championship game across the way in East Peoria. We're rooting on the Pioneers. Coach Franklin as well. 0-1 to count. Pitch high, 1-1. Hoping that the Pioneers can bring back a state title as well to Southern Illinois. 1As, you get their games in today, I think. 2As might be struggling. Pitch on the way, outside corner, strike 2. That pitch was 81. They have some fireballers on this Charger staff, that's for sure.
Told you in the pregame, 5 pitchers with a sub-1 ERA.
And Ron Bush swings and misses. Ball gets away from the catcher, but they'll throw him out on a strikeout. Second out of the inning.
There we go.
And that'll bring in Lane Mosier, who's actually another pinch hitter. That'll be number 10, Herschel Hill will bat. And he'll get an AB here in the 6th. Sam Root getting some players in the ball game. Number 10, Herschel Hill. He's batting 091. He'll get an AB here in this game. Umpire will write his name down. He'll get him in the book. So Sam Root trying to get everybody in to this experience of playing in a state championship game. A lot of people can't say they have, but these guys, these 11, will say, hey, I was a member of that team. I played in that championship game. First pitch coming on the way is ball low, 1-0 to Hill. As Jared Boozin, who was the shortstop, will come in. Looks like they just traded places, Boozin and Jersey. Pitch on the way, strike 2, or strike 1, I should say, 1-1. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Crusaders in the 6th as they look to try to get one more run if Webber does not score here in the top of the 6th. Pitch on the way. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2, 1-2. If Webber does not score here, the Chargers only need one run to end the game in the sixth inning. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Hill. Swing and a miss, strike three. The Trojans go down 1-2-3 in the top of the sixth after 5.5. Illinois Lutheran 11. Oh, they've called. What do we got here? Illinois Lutheran 11. Webber Township 2. You listen to Trojans Baseball on WMIX.
Parkway Shoe Repair in Mount Vernon want to wish the Webber Trojans baseball team good luck at the state tournament and remind you that they are much more than repairs. For all those hardworking men and women, Parkway Shoe Repair carries Red Wing and Danner work boots, along with Western boots by Justin, Tony Lama, Nakona, Dan Post, and Double H. If you love comfort, you'll fall in love with the super comfy Spinco and Siesta slides. Good luck, Webber Trojans, from your friends at Parkway Shoe Repair in Mount Vernon.
Did your bank recently make changes or add fees to your checking account? Free yourself with a free checking account from People's National Bank. You'll receive a Visa check card, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and access to over 20,000 ATMs with the added convenience of MoneyPass ATM network. Stop by People's National Bank located at 413 South 34th Street in Mount Vernon today for details on how to get your free checking account.
People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC. Non-usage and wireless carrier fees may apply.
Listen online at WMIXsports.com. Presented by Ren Lake College. This is Trojans Baseball on WMIX.
5.5 innings in the book here in Peoria, the state title game of Class 1A. It's Illinois Lutheran 11, Webber Township 2. The Trojans will need to keep the Trojans will need to keep the Chargers from scoring here in this bottom of the sixth if they want to see a last chance 7. When this is over, we'll have the Landers Collision Center's post-game show. They continue to expand their service in Mount Vernon and Salem. After your next collision, ask about free detailing as long as you own your car, big or small. Landers fixes them all. That's 1-888 Landers. Jared Boozin, who started shortstop, now will bat as the pitcher here in the bottom of the sixth. That first pitch is flied in the right field. Bush will come in and make the play. 1 out on the F9 here in the fifth. Webber Township in the top of the seventh. Jordan Wheeler, Chris Bush, and Michael Garten will bat for the Trojans as they try to come from behind here in this ball game. As the wind gusts a couple of times here in the box. Newton will step in, swing, and he'll gap one. That one will split the gap in the left center field, and he'll get to second base on the double. As he gets in ahead of the tag, and there is the game-winning run. Newton is at second base. That's the guy that you can see on a hit, take off and get the win and take care of it. As Evan Henschel will come in, and Henschel will have an opportunity. He could drive in the winning run of the state tournament for Illinois Lutheran. Moser on the hill. Gets his sign out of the stretch. Pitch on the way, outside, ball 1. As clouds move in, some more ominous clouds coming up here into Peoria. A cloudy day with rain expected. 1-0 pitch coming from Moser. Outside corner, strike 1. We start tie down some papers with the windows open. You may hear some rustling. Trying to get our papers from blowing out into the free world below us. 1-1 pitch on the way from Moser. That's a base hit down the left field line. Newsom will round third. He will come home to score. And the Illinois Lutheran Chargers are your state champions in Class 1A. And the final score from Peoria, Illinois Lutheran 12, Webber Township 2. We'll take a break and come back with the post-game show as you listen to Webber Township Baseball on WMIX.
Don't assume that all used car dealerships are the same. You may be surprised to know that Autoplex in Mount Vernon seeks out the nicest, newest vehicles with the lowest mileage and keeps their overhead low so you get the best price on the best used vehicle without the pressure of pushy salespeople. Looking for something in particular? Let Jeremy at Autoplex find what you need. Trade-ins, on-site financing, and the best prices are at Autoplex of Mount Vernon, 204 East Main, and at autoplexofmountvernon.com.
Raise your hand if you're tired of showing up for a service appointment only to sit around a waiting room. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer at King City Chrysler Center. Our express lane fast oil changes and more provide quick, convenient service with no appointment needed. Our specialists are on hand to wait on you with lanes dedicated just for your oil changes, tire rotation, brake inspections, batteries, bulbs, wiper blades, air filter replacements, and more. We will also perform complimentary vehicle inspection with every oil change. We work around your schedule, open weekdays from 7:30 until 5 and Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon. See Express Lane Fast Oil Changes and more for all of your service needs, and we will get you back on the road quick. We're located at King City Chrysler Center at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Just another reason you can count on us.
From spring sports to coaching changes and conference realignments, there might not be a busier time in local sports than right now. And if you're not listening to the WMIX Saturday Sports Show every week, you're missing all of it. Get your fix Saturday mornings after the 8 o'clock news on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. You never know which local sports topics will be springing up. Cared for by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
Did your bank recently make changes or add fees to your checking account? Free yourself with a free checking account from People's National Bank. You'll receive a Visa check card, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and access to over 20,000 ATMs with the added convenience of MoneyPass ATM network. Stop by People's National Bank, located at 413 South 34th Street in Mount Vernon today for details on how to get your free checking account.
People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC. Non-usage and wireless carrier fees may apply. Registration for fall classes at Rinley College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Lake College. Your journey starts here.
Back to Trojans baseball on WMIX, powered by Autoplex of Mount Vernon.
Welcome back to the Landers Collisions post-game show. Big or small, Landers Collision Centers fixes and now details them all. Premium detailing is now available at Landers Collision Centers. Call anytime you need them, 188-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Danny Czerwinski, Chris Hugo here in Peoria. Final score. Illinois Lutheran 12, Webber Township 2. I'll turn it over to Chris Hugo for the scoring and stats of this one.
Well, for the Illinois Lutheran Chargers, they had 12 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. They stranded 7 runners today. The Trojans had 2 runs on 3 hits, 4 errors. They stranded 2. Sam Czerwinski takes the win. He improves to 5-1 as he ends the season. Logan Gagne takes the loss. He falls to 8-5. Started at 11:25, ended at 1:10. It took an hour and 45 minutes to play your IHSA Class 1A state title game. The Webber Trojans take home second place. They end their season at 23-11, but leave numerous memories along the way.
Landers Collision sponsors the post-game show. They fix small fender benders or major collisions of any size. Give them a call, 1-888-LANDERS. The Webber Township Trojans are receiving their medallions and will receive their second-place trophy. Nothing to be ashamed of for the Webber Township Trojans. Very proud of them, as we are, as well as everyone else in Jefferson County, Blueford, Southern Illinois. They finished in second place in Class 1A. And, Chris, the final thought, we'll wrap it up because we got to get out of here because other people want our booth.
Well, because of the changes, obviously other radio broadcasts have to move in for their communities, and just proud to be able to serve the community of Blueford today. Of course, Webber Township High School, a remarkable run. No shame in second place. I mean, it's the pride of Jefferson County right now. Their second-place finish in Class 1A, bring yet another trophy home to the county. I think you have to be very proud of their effort. 11th strong, that hashtag will carry on, and these memories will carry on forever for many.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We'll be giving you information all the time. Give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. We'll have more pictures and sights and sounds from this weekend here in Peoria. For Avery Barton, back in the studio for Chris Hugo, I'm Danny Czerwinski. Final score here from the Class 1A state championship game in Peoria. Illinois Lutheran 12, Webber Township 2. Congratulations to Webber Township, Blueford, Illinois. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time. Enjoy the memories. It's been a fun ride, and we thank you for listening, and good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Webber Trojans Baseball from WMIX Sports. Trojans Baseball is powered by Autoplex of Mount Vernon. View their inventory online at autoplexofmountvernon.com. The Trojans are also sponsored in part by Red Lake College, Parkway Shoe Repair, Landers Collision Centers, Ford Square and King City Chrysler Center, State Farm Insurance Agent Scott Owens, Community First Bank of the Heartland, and Sesser Auto Body. News, talk, sports. This is the legendary WMIX